snow is set to fall today. It comes to say that Christmas is on its merry way. And for every single child, there's a gift on Santa's sleigh. The first flake of snow is said to fall today. The first snow this winter is promised for this day. It brings a hope of peace, both near and far away. It says we can live together and that we can find a way. The first snow this Christmas is promised for this day. First snow of Christmas is falling from above. It's a sight of wonder, a magic time of love, and a joy found in each other. It bears the witness of the first snow of Christmas is falling from above. Oh, the first snow of Christmas is falling from Whoa, oh, oh, la da da da, oh, 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 la da da da, oh, oh, la da da da, making our Christmas memories. I've been working so much lately, I can barely find the time to sleep. Yeah, I spend my time running around, keeping people pleased. But this is my favorite holiday. It's a chance to start over new. 'Cause I missed you, so I'm letting go of everything but you. These are the good times with you. Baby, this year it's just gonna be you and me. Hang by the fire and chill. Isn't this how it's supposed to be? Making our Christmas memories. Oh, and I've been longing to hold you close. Forget about everyone else. Isn't this how it's supposed to be? Making our Christmas memories. Oh, oh, la da da da, oh, oh, la da da da, oh, oh, la da da da. Making our Christmas memories. I've been wrapping presents for you. I've been hanging marbles in the tree. And I've lit my house with Christmas lights. So you should come back home to me. And when we wake up in the morning, I'm gonna play those carols that you love. We'll be singing all the melodies until the sun comes up. These are the good times with you. Baby, this year it's just gonna be you and me. Hang by the fire and chill. Christmas memories. Yes, these are the good times with you. Don't even care what we do if I spend it with you. Just you and nobody else. It's so good to see you again, to see you again. Baby, this year it's just gonna be you and me. Hanging by the fire and chill. Isn't this how it's supposed to be? Making our Christmas memories. Oh, yeah. I've been longing to hold you close. Forget about everyone else. Isn't this how it's supposed to be? Making our Christmas memories.
All right. Welcome, everybody. It is Friday. Friday time. It is time for Beyond the Doll. Episode 33, actually, of Beyond the Doll. Wow, we are slowly but surely moving up in numbers. Let's change over. Hello, good evening, everybody. Good evening. Welcome to Beyond the Doll. As always, I am your host, Shizu-san, and my beautiful assistant with me today, making a lovely reappearance, is Chitose. She's been gone for a little bit because we're giving some of the other ladies a chance to appear for today's for different episodes, Beyond the Doll and Doll Symposium and the like. But she's back. She's back on the camera, everybody. So, without further ado, today's episode is episode 33. This is going to be a recap, a year-end recap of things that happened in 2023 that I think were noteworthy, fun, something I want to talk about, etc., etc., etc. And then later on in the show, we are going to open it up for open mic night for anybody to participate. When we do, for the second half of the show, open up the open mic night, the same rules apply as the last time, whereas anybody can call in either from a telephone or you can join via Zoom, via the app, or the web browser. If you just go to zoom.com, you can join in as well. I will display all the information when we start during that part of the show. And anybody can call in. You can either talk about pretty much anything you want. You can ask me questions, talk about anything in the doll hobby, or you can talk about like something that you thought was really cool or that you want to bring up that happened in 2023, like kind of like a look back on the year. This is episode 33, like I said, and it is going to be the last episode of this year, as I normally take a break for the holidays and then I'll start again in January in the new year. So yeah, we are going to start up with a year in review first. Crypt, welcome to the stream today, Crypt, and Batman Jackson, welcome to the stream as well, and everybody else that is watching here live, that is just kind of lurking and not really not really saying anything, but that's okay, nothing wrong with that. And then for all of you that are watching this later on the VODs, I might as well say it now in case I don't get a chance to, but happy holidays, everybody, for 2023. So, yeah, Batman, it's open mic night. So if you want to call in and participate in today's episode, you can definitely do that for the second half of today's stream. Okay, let's see. I need to get this thing started. I should have set this up beforehand. I haven't done this in so long. Okay. Let's move over to our PowerPoint presentation slide, and Chitose kind of got cut off, as always, because we have to use a smaller screen for this. But today, we will start off, we'll kind of do it as in the same format that we do the Doll Symposium, where we're going to start off with Dolphy Dream, A-Zone, and then we'll leave Smart Doll to close out our 2023 segment. So let's get started with that. So first up, for my year-end review for 2023, at least for the Volks half of it. I want to talk about this. So in 2023, Volks has announced a new doll stand. For those of you that are not familiar, the original doll stand was actually sold out for quite some time, and nobody could really get their hands on it because it was sold out brand new. All the places that you could check for like eBay and stuff like that, they had really inflated prices because people needed stands and there was nowhere else to get them, at least from Volks directly, that is. There's a lot of third-party stands, but if you wanted like the Volks officially released one, they were all sold out. And then in 2023, we got the brand new stand. And I have to say, after purchasing one and being an owner of the new Volks stand, I'm not a fan. I feel like it's a cheaper quality. The base is much thinner metal, and it's a nice metal. Like it's a brushed kind of bronzish looking metal, like a rose gold looking metal, which is not bad. But I feel like the original one was heavier. It had more weight to it, whereas this one's a little bit lighter. And I personally love that heavy weight to it so that when your doll is on there and the wind blows, it has less of a chance to knock it over. And the reason why I say that is I went to an outdoor doll meet in New Jersey with a bunch of my friends, and we were by the lake and the wind was blowing really, really hard to the point where, you know, the non-Volk stands were throwing the dolls off. Like the stand just couldn't hold, there was no weight. But all the other individuals that brought the original Volk stands, it didn't matter how much the wind was blowing, those girls were not tipping over. So it was really, really nice to have that weight. The new ones, they don't have as much weight though. And the stalk or the stem, the middle part that you can see there that holds up the doll, is much, much thinner. And I feel like it's more delicate too. Like it's thinner, it's delicate. I really feel like I could bend it if I really wanted to. I obviously I didn't try, but I just feel like if I wanted to bend it, I feel like I could. Whereas the old one was so sturdy. Like it was a thick metal, it was sturdy. Like I had no fears of it breaking. The plastic joint that holds two pieces together is the same. I mean, it's still plastic on the old one. You could make an argument that the older one was more robust, but really they're both plastic. They could both break over time or for more use or whatever. And then the saddle stand, the actual saddle stand, I like how this one has hearts on it. It makes it cute, you know, it's a cute style, it's a cute look, but it's big. Like the hearts are big. And depending on what kind of outfit you're wearing underneath, like especially if it's a dress, it shows through, and it's kind of annoying that it does that. The older ones was more of a triangle, and that also showed through as well. So it's not like both of them don't. The older one definitely showed through more because it was a thicker triangle, like the metal was much thicker, so it actually bulged more. Whereas this one's a thinner heart-shaped thing, which kind of made it not as easy to see depth-wise, but because the heart itself was so big, like width-wise, it kind of like spanned out a little bit more. So there's a lot of complaints I have with the new stand, but I'm happy that we just have stands. But I'm more of a fan of the older one, if you ask me. I'm not really a fan of these new Volk stands that were released in 2023. As for the C-clip or the waist stand that was also released, I don't really have any opinions on it because I didn't purchase it, but also it's all the same material. The only difference is the C part or the waist cinching part. And honestly, it from the pictures, it doesn't look like it's all that more different. But those of you that purchased a waist stand, you could correct me if I'm wrong and let me know. Before I move on, I just want to address more people in chat. Tempest Strife, welcome to the stream. You're so tired. Take a nap then. That's the great thing about these things. They get recorded. You can always watch it at a later time. But I do appreciate the attempt to be here, even though you're so tired. I was also gonna ask, with the saddle part so far back or forward, how would it balance? It balances the same as the original stand. I believe I didn't measure it, but the way that the doll sits on the stand is pretty much the same way that the older ones sat on them. I don't see as much of a difference in play for them to like move forward or back. So that part of it I think is the same. But again, I didn't measure it to see, but just look wise and feel wise by using it, it feels like it's about the same kind of like depth. Let's see. PMB Sakura, welcome to the stream, PMB. It's good to see you here. Good to see you here. We're doing a quick recap of 2023 before we move on to the open mic night. So if you're looking forward to that, I will display the information on the second half of today's stream. So yeah, the saddle stand is something, the new Volk saddle stands are something that's new for 2023 that I thought was interesting tidbit to bring up, mostly because, you know, the design's new, the material's new, but we were without stands for a good part of 2022. And then when we finally got these stands in 2023, they sold out immediately at launch, but now they're more regularly available on the site. And in a sense, I can kind of see why, because I don't think these new stands are any better than the old ones. I think the old ones are much, much better. This one just looks cuter, but utility-wise and use-wise, it's not that great. Also, what we learned, and Batman Jackson can attest to this, what we learned is that if you have the old chairs that attach to the stands that release from Volks, they do not work with this. So if you go to the Volks website, I think the chair parts are still available, but only in limited colors. They won't work on these new stands. So you're going to have to find the older stands if you wanted to get one of those chair attachments. So that's another thing that is not great, that the old stand and the new stand parts are not interchangeable whatsoever. Okay, another talking point for 2023 is Mini Dolphy Dream 2.0. So this was another thing going into the end of 2022. There was just this post that Volks put out that Mini Dolphy Dream is discontinued, and better buy all your Mini Dolphy Dream products and whatever before they're all sold out. Turns out the original Mini Dolphy Dream F3 body never sold out. I guess nobody was in shock or worry of it selling out because it's being discontinued. Although a lot of us were worried about what's going to happen if there's no more MDD, right? And then in 2023, they announced 2.0, which had some slight differences. Mostly everything was the same. It was a little just more refined cleanup around the joints. The neck peg was a little bit different. The way that the head sits on the neck was also slightly different. It added a little bit more posability. The legs were a little bit more proportioned better than the original one, but overall it's pretty much the same except for those additional features. Now you can get the 2.0 body, I believe, readily available from their website. And I believe that all Dolphy Dream choices and new D chords are now on the new 2.0. Funny enough, I think the original MDD F3 is still available as well if you wanted to buy the original body on the website. So that's another thing that I thought was really interesting that came out in 2023. And then even bigger news for 2023 for Volks was Chimico. So we had the announcement of the Chimico body. Now, it wasn't released. Of course, it's not released as of yet, but it was a major announcement for 2023, especially because it was coming out with Anya, the new Spy Family girl that was out for a pre-order, which we're going to talk about in a little bit. But this is more like just the new body style, man. Like the Chimico body style, which is smaller than Mini Dolphy Dream by a good, I want to say by a good like 2 inches, maybe, I think, if I remember correctly. I did the measurements before, but I don't remember offhand. But the new Chimico body, obviously it's a new body. Also, it's going to have a new skeleton inside. This is what it looks like if you, for whatever reason, didn't know, or you're new to the hobby and you didn't know about the Chimico body. But yeah, Chimico is a really big discussion in the community once we got more information about it and we had like all the specs for it and stuff. Can't wait to get my hands on my Anya Forgia and my Chimico body just to test it out and see all like the differences and the height differences and the way the clothes fit. I'm sure they're going to have Chimico clothing, a specific that you can buy for Chimico upon release. But they did say, or they did mention that Mini Dolphy Dream clothes will fit the Chimico body. Not a problem, just slightly longer than it would be on a Mini Dolphy Dream, of course, because it's meant for the Mini Dolphy Dream body. Batman says, yeah, it being a smaller stand doesn't fit the chairs, and you can't buy the old bases right now on US or JP website. Yeah, finding the original doll stands is going to be a pain in the butt if you want those. I've been trying to hunt down a couple of them just because I like those better, and you're either paying ridiculous amount of money for it or you just can't even find them. So it's really bad. I don't like the decision that they made for these new 2.0 or version 2 doll stands, but yeah. Crip says, I've been watching that body like a hawk. I mean, like a freaking hawk. Yeah, I mean, obviously there aren't any Chimicos released as of yet. If you're in Japan visiting, or if you live in Japan, there is an Anya in Chimiko body on display at the Akihabara store. I don't know about the other stores, but I'm assuming that it's all the same layout where they'll have Anya on display. Correct me if I'm wrong, anybody that's been to Japan, but I've seen pictures of it on display in the store. So if you're in Japan or visiting Japan, I'm sure you'll get a chance to see the Chimiko body. And they don't let you pick it up or examine it either. So you're just going to have to take all the pictures that you can and just kind of like get a keen eye looking at it, because it definitely is big news for 2023. And I mentioned it before in my my Doll Symposium news about the many possibilities for Chimiko, where you can have now young girls or young boys that you can custom create with the Chimiko body. I mean, there are some, I guess if you want to put a damper on the good news, what you could say is that, there are some individuals out there that will use this body type for not appropriate reasons, which is why a lot of companies did not delve into this realm. But first one through the door always gets bloodied, right? So let's see how reception goes. Let's see how trends go and the doll community, absorbs and handles the new Chimiko body. But that is something that I thought was really interesting, as newsworthy for 2023. That in kind, that was all the big announcements that were coming. So let's cover some of the dolls that were released in 2023. So obviously, Your Forger was announced at the very tail end of 2022. And you got her only if you went to the Dolpa in December, but everybody else, like international buyer wise, we didn't get our hands on her until early 2023. So that's kind of why I put Your Forger on here. And Anya Forger obviously is a announcement in 2023, but we're not going to get our hands on her until 2024. But both of them are big news and big receptions for 2023. I didn't get my hands on Your Forger because I just didn't have the funds at the time in order to purchase her. Maybe at some point I'll get my hands on her. I'm hoping. But I am happy that I was able to put a pre-order on Anya. Mostly, and I'll be fair, I like Spy Family, but I would rather have Yor than have Anya. I really bought Anya just because I want to see the new Chimiko body type. I mean, she is cute and everything, and I would like to add a Chimiko body to my collection, and since she's the only Chimiko available, I mean, naturally, I had to put a pre-order on her, but yeah, I kind of like Your Forger a little bit more. What would really be telling is if in 2024 we get an announcement for a new boy and it's Lloyd Forger. That would be crazy. That would really break the mold for Volks. We would actually have the whole family and a new boy body, because this would be like an adult boy body, I guess you would say, because Lloyd would have to be on a DD. I don't think they'll go as far as make a DDDY version of a male body where it's more muscular. I really don't think they're going to take it that far, but you never know. You could be surprised. But in general, I just would really appreciate it, and I think the fans and collectors would really appreciate it if they created a Lloyd Forger so we can have the whole family set up. I think that would be perfect. But again, it's Volks's call. It's also the original IP's call as well, so you never know what'll happen. Maybe 2024. Who knows? Let's see. Next up. Oh, went too far. What's going on? Okay, there we go. So also in 2023, Len and Rin and Len reboots came out. So for a lot of you that missed out on the original release for Rin and Len, there was a reboot that was released in 2023, and I think everybody got their hands on them already. I believe they already were shipped to all their owners. So that's another thing that that happened, because as most of you know, reboots don't happen often, and if they do, it's usually something really popular character-wise, like a Saber or something like that, or Rei Ayanami of that nature, or just a Vocaloid. Because for whatever reason, Volks and Vocaloids, they like going hand in hand, and they like rebooting things over and over. I mean, we have like 4 or 5 Mikus by now. I wouldn't be surprised if they do another reboot of like Megadon Luca at some point. I wouldn't be surprised if they do another reboot for Kaito. I would be surprised if they do a reboot of Mako, though, because I don't think Mako's, out of all of them, I think Mako sold the least, if that's fair to say, out of all the Vocaloids. But yeah, I mean, honestly, for whatever reason, Volks and Vocaloids, they keep coming back. They keep multiplying as well. Crip says, I need it for my Yao Yao custom. Oh, that would be great. Yayoi, I think you mean, right? Or Yao Yao. I'm thinking of the Bleach Girl, the little Bleach Girl, if you're thinking the same thing I'm thinking. Tempest says, hey, how does Chimiko height compare to Duper Dolphy? Wait, what's a Dear Duper Dolphy? Oh, you mean Dear Super Dolphy. I think that's a typo because you're really tired tonight, Tempest. I don't know, because I actually didn't measure, or not really measure, but I didn't look up the measurements of the Dear Super Dolphys. But those are very small too. If I had to make a guess, just looking upon eye-wise, I think the Dear Super Dolphy might be smaller than a Chimiko. I think. But again, I didn't look up the measurements to verify, so I really don't know. But that's actually a good question. We'll probably have to look into that at some point. Let's see. PMB Soccer says, I can't wait for Anya to arrive. I have her pre-ordered. She'll go well with Yor. She will. And I feel like at some point I'm going to have to find a Yor just so that they can go together well. But that, yeah, I think they would go together great. Batman says, yes, I'm assuming that's a Vocaloid thing. There won't be a reboot for the newest release. For the Miku NT, you mean? Or you mean the newest as in, I think the latest release before Miku NT was Kaito. Oh, Yao Yao from Genshin Impact. Oh, see, I'm not a Genshin Impact player, so I don't know that character. But I'll take your word for it. Batman says, because those Vocaloids are already on the new body with the wrist and ankles that move 360 to the joint. Miku, Snow Miku, and the twins' first release did not have that. I'll have to check with Luca. Oh, I see. That's why. Well, I mean, regardless, though, I think Volks and Vocaloid just have a good relationship, I would suppose. I mean, obviously, Miku's the flagship, so she got many different variations of her. But I think it would be interesting if they actually made variations doll-wise for Len and Ren or Megadon Luca. I think that would be interesting. Like a Megadon Luca, like a Snow Megadon Luca. I don't know if that's like a thing, but I mean, I wouldn't put it past them. Let's just say that. Of making other versions of the doll that are already released. Or they'll just go on to other Vocaloids. I mean, who knows? I think we talked about this last time where we said that I think the main cast of Hatsune Miku's friends is already all released now. But we already discussed this last time that there's many, many other Vocaloids out there. But who knows what branch that they'll take or what direction they'll take, really. But Mako and Kaito are... Miku's the only doll that has had multiple releases of the same doll. From Vocaloids, yes. Yes, for out of all the Vocaloids, yes, she's the only one that had multiple releases. But I don't know, like, it's because she's the most popular one for sure. But I would say out of all the Vocaloids other than Miku, I think the next popularity-wise would be Rin. And then maybe after that would be Luca, I would say. And if they were to get a different version release, it would be one of those two. But other than that, who knows? It'll probably just be reboots or something. I mean, obviously when they come out with like, I don't know, like a Dolphy Dream 3.0 F3 or a Dolphy Dream, F like 25 new body with all the bells and whistles, there's going to be another Hatsune Miku release on that new body. I can almost guarantee that will probably happen. But yeah, like those two, they were released in 2023. Another one we just mentioned is also Kaito, that was released in 2023, the first boy Vocaloid, and also just in general, the newest boy release for Dolphy Dream, as there really isn't that many. I mean, you had 9S, you had Len, you had Kaito, you had Kirito, and that's it, right? Four boys. I'm trying to think of anybody else. Who am I missing? Am I missing anybody? I think it's just 4 boys released by Volks. If I'm wrong, please call it out, chat, or somebody mention it in the comment section if you're watching this later on the VODs. But I think it's only 4 boys, which begs, the question, can we get a Lloyd Forger as a 5th boy? I mean, there's like 120 something girls? Like, we can add a 5th boy, right? Like, please, let's just do Lloyd Forger as a 5th boy, and then we can fill the void of boys, just getting a new boy out there, just in general, and then like we could also fill the void of just saying, hey, we got the whole family for Spy Family. I mean, come on. And you know what? It'd be a really, really good kicker is that, let's say they release Lloyd Forger, right? We're just saying as a hypothetical. Let's say they release Lloyd Forger, and then in his alternate outfit would be his home clothes with Bond. Then that would just like full circle. Then you would have everything. You would have you would have Anya, you would have Lloyd, you would have Bond, and you would have Anya's doll. Done. I mean, how crazy would that be? That would be crazy. And I'm not saying Bond as in like, a full-blown like BJD doll of a dog. I'm just talking like a stuffed animal Bond, like that would come with him. Like that would be crazy. Crip says petitions. We could. I don't know if Volks will listen to our petitions, but we could probably do something like that. Another release was this one. I forgot her name. It was like Kotoko or something like that. Was it Kotoko? I forgot the name, but it was an Idolmaster girl. Let's just say that it was an Idolmaster girl. I'm not familiar with this one. It was from Cinderella Girls. It's not from the anime. It's from like the video game version, but she basically didn't sell very well. I mean, she sold really well in Japan, but internationally wise, I think it's just lack of knowledge. It's already very hard for Idolmaster in general to be popular around the world, I guess you could say. Like, Idolmaster, the original series, has a pretty good following all around the world. But Idolmaster Cinderella Girls, not as big. But in Japan, it's huge. But I think international sales-wise, not so much. Like, she was still available after her release on the store. She's gone now, but she was available for quite some time after the release on the store just to buy outright. So the popularity for her wasn't really that great. I don't see Volks doing any more Idolmaster girls unless the Japanese market really, really wants one. But yeah, it's just, yeah, I mean, it's not that she's not cute. It's just, it's hard to bond with a collaborated character if you don't know the character. I mean, you could always just fall in love at first sight kind of thing. I'm not saying that's not a possibility, but she didn't do so well for this girl. And then the next one is Ciel from Tsukihime. It's a popular character, but it's an older show. I know it's getting some kind of reboot that's coming up or was already released or something like that. I remember seeing it Anime NYC this year. They were really heavily promoting Tsukihime. I I watched the original movie and that's about it, like years ago. So I don't know anything about the new thing coming out. She's a great looking doll, um, but she also was another one that just didn't sell well, and I think it has to do with international marketing. Again, this is something that does really well in Japan, and I'm sure she sold pretty well. I think most of her sales were probably in Japan, but for an international market, it's not a very well known IP. Oh no, let me take that back. Tsukihime is a pretty well known IP internationally, but I don't know if this character in particular is something that a lot of people are familiar with. I'm sure there's fans of her internationally, but like enough to make her sell out and have like a lot of craze for her. No, because she for one she didn't sell out. Two, she was available on the Volk store for almost half a year before she was actually gone. And her prices are pretty much stayed just market value of her release price if you look at her on Mandarake and stuff like that. Obviously, if you look at scalper prices from like eBay or Macari, the prices are way higher just because scalpers. But she also didn't do very well. Again, a cute looking girl, very nice looking, but I think the whole thing about international marketing just wasn't there for her. The girls that really do well or the dolls that do well internationally are the ones that like people just really know, like Spy Family or Asuna from Sword Art, because those are like those, I don't want to use the word because it's really bad, but it's like normies. Like I feel like, you get characters from shows that are quote unquote normie shows where like pretty much everyone in the world like watches if they know a little bit about anime, like which right now, like if you really would to do it right now, like normie shows, I guess you could say, are things like Attack on Titan because it's so big and everybody pretty much knows about it even if you don't watch anime. Things like Sword Art Online, things like One Piece, like My Hero Academia, not so much anymore as it used to be, but there's still its cult following. Things like Bleach, like those are things that they're not bad shows. Don't get me wrong, but it's things that like I feel like are kind of like pigeonholed as normie shows, just because even if you don't know anime, you know the show kind of thing. And same thing with like Spy Family and things like that. I'm not trying to gatekeep anime or anything. I'm just trying to say like shows that are big like that and just well internationally known for individuals that don't even follow anime, those are the ones where the dolls pretty much sell out the most. And little niche shows like this, which aren't niche in Japan but are niche internationally wise, the characters don't really sell as well. Another one, Tsukihime, which was at the tail end of 2022, but nobody got their hands on her internationally until the very beginning in January of 2023. This is, I think, from Tsukihime, the most popular doll, and this one actually did sell out because she is the main character. Regardless if you watch the new version of Tsukihime or you watch the original version, like she's in it. So this is the girl. So if you like Tsukihime, if you like the Fate universe kind of thing, a lot more fans for this character. This one definitely sold out, and even the market value for right now are pretty high. I wouldn't say the highest, but like it's higher than like release prices, I would say, unless in recent times it's dropped a lot more. But her price was a little bit higher than market retail value, I should say. But very cute girl. Unfortunately, with her, she wasn't really released with much. It was just pretty much her and her outfit. Not that she had to be released with anything. It's just a lot of people usually like little knickknacks here and there. She didn't really come with much of that other than her necklace. And then obviously for the announcements at the end of this year that just passed this last weekend, Fryren, I've already seen like Twitter pictures and Facebook group pictures of people that have gotten her from Dopa 50. She definitely looks adorable, for those individuals that were lucky enough to get her from the event. But, she's one of the tail end dolls to be released in 2023. And then obviously Hatsune Miku NT, which was released just last weekend in 2023. So us international buyers, if we didn't have proxies, we're going to have to wait until January in order to have our chance to get these two dolls. But yeah, that really rounds out everything for 2023 for the, what's it called? For the Volks stuff. Crip says that is something that drives me batty because I would have loved this doll. She is so cute. Which one are you referring to? I'm sorry, I didn't read your comment like right when you posted it. Um, yeah, just post it in chat because I unfortunately didn't read it at the same time. Crypt. PMB Soccer says Tuesday she arrives. Really? For which one? Your Miku NT or your Fryren? Did you get a proxy to get one of them? Because you're super lucky. It also means that you paid, though. You know what I mean? You had to have paid money in order for the proxy to get it for you, which is going to add to the cost. Fryren? Oh, okay, great. I can't wait to see pictures of that, of your Fryren, because she definitely... I only watched the first episode, but I gotta watch more. But I mean, some people are gonna hate me for saying this, but I wasn't too encaptured with the show from the first episode. Like, you know how some shows they grab you right from the first episode? Fryren didn't. I'll have to watch a couple more episodes to see if it's something that I really want to continue watching. But the first episode wasn't enough to like grab me as of yet. So I'll have to wait. I'll have to wait a little bit more. Crip says the Idolmaster girl. Oh, yeah, the Idolmaster girl. She was available for quite a while, even on the Volks website. I'm surprised you didn't get a chance to get her. But yeah, I mean, whether or not they do more Idolmasters, I really don't know. It's just that the sales haven't been there for them. I'm sure they still do well in Japan, so they might still keep doing it anyways, just because they really cherish their Japanese market, I feel like, more than their international ones. But that's just me. That's just me. I have no proof to that. Let's see. Yo, Magical Girl Kit Kat, welcome to the stream today. We're doing our 2023 recap real quick before we open it up to the open mic night for everybody else. Let me see. PNB Sakura, it's a slow burn anime. It builds. Okay, yeah, I'll have to give it more of a chance. I mean, obviously, I have to give it more of a chance. I really don't want to judge it just from one episode. But yeah, it's not really a show that... It's not one of those shows that captured me from episode 1. So I'll have to give it a little bit more episodes to see if I want to continue watching it. Crip says, I am awful at checking sites unless something sends me a text message. Oh, I'm sorry. I'll next time I'll make more of a concerted effort to put it in the news just in case. Magical Cat says, hi. Welcome to the stream. Last stream of 2023, Cat. So yeah, I think that's pretty much it for Volks News. Is just the Fryren and the Hatsune Miku rounding out the end of Volks of 2023. Now, obviously, there were a lot more things that happened in 2023, but these are just one of those. These are just like my highlights of what I think was like the coolest or like the newest kind of things I kind of approached in 2023. Now, going for A-Zone, A-Zone's a weird one. I feel like A-Zone didn't do much this year. Now, I know David Kane's probably will get mad at me for saying that, but like I feel like this year in 2023 is a little bit of a letdown. And let me explain. So first of all, some of my noteworthy stuff was Chisato from Licorice Recoil. Now this might be more biased just because I'm a huge Lico Rico fan. But Chisato, I feel like, was really cool to have from Pure Nemo for release. I would have liked it to be, you know, another realistic character or something like that to get her in the 1/3 scale, or a hybrid active character to get her in 1/3 scale. But okay, Pure Nemo for starters, maybe. But I would love to see her in a bigger scale. And then also, you know, Marin, that was a hybrid active figure that was released in 1/3 scale from A-Zone. I was super stoked that she was released, and I was super disappointed to find out she was on the hybrid active scale because she had the painted on eyes, and I just don't understand why they went that route. Why did you have to go that route, A-Zone? Why couldn't you put her on a hybrid active and give her eye chips and, you know, an actual face? Like, I don't like this painted on face. I understand in some ways or some circles, I guess you could say, that the painted on faces look more anime, and I guess you can make an argument, yes, that they kind of do more than a doll like kind of look, but I would have really liked to have seen her in a hybrid active with eye chips. I definitely would have purchased her if she had the eye chips and an actual vinyl face loadout, because everything else on her is fine. Like the outfit's great. Like that is her outfit, and the hair is great. Like the hair choice, I just was really disappointed that it was a painted on face, and that's the only reason why I didn't get her. I was very disappointed in that. But if you're a Maudine fan, and you really really want her, here's your chance. I don't know how readily available she is now, but most places are sold out of her. You could probably find her on third-party websites somewhere, but her original release places are all sold out. So like AZoneNet sold out, AmiAmi, Hobbyling Japan, like those places are all sold out. But I'm sure you can find her on Mandarake or eBay or something for maybe a crazy price or not. Who knows? Let's see. Luxaria, welcome to the stream, Lux. Welcome. Don't worry about being late. Just glad to see you here. Let's see. After handling more BJDs, painted face looks off to me now. Yeah, I could agree with that. For sure. Marie Velez says, "Hello, I'm late, but I'm so happy to catch you live tonight." Marie, welcome to the stream, Marie Velez. Welcome. Magical Girl says, "I agree. I wish you wouldn't have had the painted face." Yeah, I think that's universally agreed right now. Basing off of the 2 comments that we've read. No, I mean, aside from the 2 comments, no, I think a lot of people do agree with that. There are some people that do prefer the painted faces, so let's not forget about them. But I think overall, it's just a lot of like dolls nowadays are moving away from painted faces. At least in the 1/3 scale, they're moving away from painted faces. Even the smaller the 1/10 scale or the 1/12 scale that Pure Nemo comes in, even the Pure Nemos are now half and half with painted faces versus eye chips. Like, I think they're trying to get away from this whole painted face thing. Even other dolls, which I think, what is it, the new Harmonia dolls that AmiAmi's releasing, I think those actually have eyes in them as well. And other doll companies that are new to the scene, like Dollbot, they're not doing a painted face. So, I think it's just very old school to do the painted face look. But I don't know. It's just something that I think it was a bad call, in my opinion. But again, there are individuals out there that do really enjoy the painted face look. So, that's a win for them. Luxaria says, "The only painted on face I accept are figures and statues." Yeah, definitely. I agree with that one. Christina Kowald, welcome to the stream, Christina. Welcome. Crip says, "I'm the odd human out. Some painted faces are just too amazing for me to look, but I can't help but..." Sorry, the heart's in the way. I can't see that last part. "But I can't help but love the craft that goes into it." Yeah, I mean, that is a good point. I mean, like the artistry that goes into painting the face and making her look great. I mean, it's still there. I mean, she's still, look, in any other thing, if it was like a statue or something like that, or a Figma, I mean, this face looks great as is. I mean, no question for that. But for a 1/3 scale doll, I don't know. Maybe it's just because I'm too used to seeing 1/3 scale dolls with, face ups and eye chips in them, like that. Maybe I'm becoming too biased or too far gone in that field that I can't look back or something. But I don't know. Like, I get what you're saying, Crypt. I really do. But I just, for me, I feel like I can't go back for some reason. And also another interesting thing to note is that Martin was released with painted fingernails too. So not many dolls actually have painted fingernails to go with them. So I think that's another unique feature of this doll if you wanted to get a Martin. But yeah, really for like collaborated dolls, that's really it. They had way more collaboration dolls. It's just, I didn't really think that they were worth mentioning, only because 1, I don't follow them, and 2, those characters I believe are very niche to the Japanese market. Like things like Assault Lily. I don't think not anybody, but I don't think Assault Lily is as popular international as it is in Japan. I could be wrong. Please correct me if I'm wrong, because then I'm just totally saying a bold-faced lie at that point. But I just don't know many people that even know what Assault Lily is. but yeah, there were a couple other like Idolmaster girls in the Pure Nemo scale that were released, but it's really it. I think these two were like Chisato and Marin were like the big name ones that came out in 2023. And then you had your 1/3 scale Iris Collect and Iris Petite dolls. There were many versions. I think all in all, probably like 10 or 12 Iris Collect and Iris Petite girl dolls, like Sarah and Karin and what's the other ones, Popo or Poe or whatever you pronounce it. There were a lot of releases of those that happened throughout 2023, and pretty much all of them were like bang on, like really good looking dolls. But I just didn't want to put all of them out there because every single one of them had 2 versions and there's multiple versions. But I think it was definitely a good year for A-Zone's custom characters, especially in the Iris Collect and Iris Collect Petite lineups that was released from A-Zone this year. A lot of good ones in that field, I would say. Christina says, yes, I was sad if it has no chance eyes and hair to give the doll more choices. Oh, like eye chips and wigs. Yeah, it is a little disappointing, especially the fact that, well, I mean, you could, I think the wig you could take off on the modding. I think that was separate. So you could change the wig for different styles, but you couldn't change like the eyes, like especially if, you know, you're doing like a special cosplay for modding where the character had different color eyes for her. Because I think like even Shizuku-chan and the other character, I forgot the other character's name that she did in the first season. I think they did have different color eyes than Marin's eyes. And it's kind of sad that if you wanted to do like a cosplay with Marin, you couldn't change out those eyes. Crip says, I started the hobby with porcelain and moved up to BJDs after I turned 18. I still have a few of my old ones I just can't get rid of. Hey, you know, and there's nothing wrong with that, Crypt, especially like if you're an individual like yourself that started off with like older stuff that had like older designs. Like I could definitely understand your kinship to that because there's a lot of nostalgia that goes into that. And if I collected things from back then, I would definitely have a nostalgia and a liking for those things too. But I didn't start until like 2011. So most of the things I had back then they had eye chips, and there were still a lot of dolls with the painted faces back then, but I didn't really purchase any of those other than a few pure Nemos, and those are the much smaller scale. But I can definitely understand like the nostalgia factor and the originality of like, not originality, but the origin factor of where you started from. That definitely has a heavy influence on your likes and your collectability of stuff. I can agree with that for sure. Marie says, I love the Iris Petite doll. That is what disappoints with Marin because we know that A-Zone does have the series with the eye chips. Yeah, I know. They do have the series with it. It's just, it wouldn't be part of the Iris Petite because the whole Iris, like Happiness Clover and the Iris collection, those are all original character lines. So if you wanted to have Marin with the eye chips, it would have to be in the hybrid active. No, is it hybrid? It would have to be in the hybrid active line because I think Marin was released in another realistic character line, which is the line that has the painted on faces. But again, I could be wrong on that. If David Keynes is on, or if he watches this later, he could weigh in on that in the chat section. But I think there's a distinct difference between like another realistic character and the hybrid active line between which one has like eye chips or painted on faces, I think. Let's see. But that's really it for A-Zone stuff that I wanted to cover for 2023. Now, obviously, we're moving on to Smart Doll stuff, and there was a lot of things in Smart Doll for 2023. So I had to really narrow it down because I didn't want this episode to be too long because there's still open mic night that we need to get to. So first off, Galactic Gray. 2023, Galactic Gray really popped off. I think people loved Galactic Gray more than they did Interstellar Blue. I think I'm even starting to forget the names now. I think it's Interstellar Blue. But yeah, I think Galactic Gray, I don't know, with some people, it really hit them for that one. I personally, I love Interstellar Blue, but until I got my hands on my first Galactic Gray, I actually have more of a kinship to Galactic Gray. Um, and now that we released Black Navy, now it's like, oh, I've seen Black Navy in person. I'm like, oh my god, I really like Black Navy. So I don't know if it's like a recency biased or something like that, but I do think that Galactic Gray sold more. I want to say it sold more or had more of like a liking than the blue did. But let me know. Correct me if I'm wrong. Put it down in the chat section down in the stream, or put it in the comment section. But I think Galactic Gray had a big year in 2023. A lot of people really fell for Galactic Gray. I think. I at least that's how I feel it from the sense of the community wise. You like the shade, Luxary? Yeah, like the shade is good. Like I don't know, like the shade just goes with like a lot of different things, especially with like and I know this is biased, but like my courage that I got in Galactic Gray, I just love how Danny put gray on gray on gray on gray, and it looked fantastic because you had the Galactic Gray, right? Then for Courage, for her vitiligo, it was a shade of gray. Then her eyes was a shade of gray. Then her eye makeup was all shades of gray. And then her wig was gray. So it was like all these like different like palettes of gray that just, I don't know. It was just insane. Like I just thought it was absolutely great. But Galactic Gray had a big year, I think, in 2023. Hands down, in my opinion. And then another thing I want to bring up is also 2023 was the launch of the creators page in Smart Doll. And I cannot say enough great things about the creators page. You don't see this in many other communities. I mean, I'm sure there are other communities out there that do this, but I'm sorry, I'm using the wrong words, not communities. I'm saying companies. Companies. There are not many companies that will feature other people that custom create their own things in their mediums. Like, I struggle to think. Like, the only thing I could think of is like car stuff, like people that modify their cars. Sometimes you'll see like car brands actually like, show off like a certain person's car. You'll see them in car shows and car booths where they'll have like an individual that made a custom car using their original design. They'll put that there, like I'm trying to think of other places where they actually, celebrate and show off like other people's use of their products. I know that they're out there, but I don't think there's many companies that do it, is what I'm trying to say. And I think that this is by far a really great thing for the community in general, that Danny Chu and Smart Doll decided to feature creators and their content, people that really contribute to the community, that show a huge creative side to them. I just think it's great that they do that. And this was launched in April of 2023, and we've had 2 sets of creators that's been, I think it's sets of 6. So we had our first set of 6 in April, we had our second set of 6 in December, and I think it's great that we have this creator page so that a lot of people getting into Smart Doll, or even people that's been a part of Smart Doll for a long time, can see other people featured on the main website that heavily contribute to Smart Doll's, I want to say, mission statement, that they try to put out of creativity, inclusivity, diversity, and just, all out just trying to push a product, not just for sale, but just to show what you can do with the product. And I think it's great. And all the people that are featured on this creator page are amazing. We have a few individuals right now that are in chat that are a part of the creators page. And I just think it is a phenomenal thing. And I can't give it as much credit as it needs to, because I think it deserves more than I can even say about it. It's a great feature. I hope it stays. I hope we keep adding to it and getting more individuals as more and more individuals keep sprouting up in the community with such creativity. And I think it's great that we have a page dedicated to show off these people's talents and what you can do with Smart Doll. Ben Benjamin, welcome to the stream. We have 2, both customs by Kat. The clear body with the metal evolve frame was my favorite. Yeah, I mean, You're talking about the Galactic Gray thing, or you're talking about just being in the creators page and creating things, Ben? Um, but I think you mean the gray ones, right? The clear body with the metal evolve frame was my well, the clear body with the metal evolve frame just looks that the one that Danny posted on his Instagram, that was pretty cool. Like that's really dope. Um let's see. So other than the creators page, a couple other things I want to bring up. C2 2023 C2 was finally released. I mean, he announced C2 in 2018. 2018. He announced it, and like we've been waiting. Oh, the two grays. Okay, yeah. Okay, the two grays is what you're talking about. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Gray, everybody loves gray. I feel like gray, just people just went head over heels for. I don't know, but maybe that's just me. But C2, we've been waiting since 2018 for C2. And every year since 2018, we've been getting little hints, little bits and pieces. Like, you would get like the back of the doll. You would get only the doll's wig. You would get the doll pictured from super far away, where even if you zoomed in, you couldn't tell who the hell it was. You got like mysterious face-ups on a blank head with no eye chips. Like there were so many hints throughout the years of C2, and so many things that Danny was like, C2's coming, get hyped for C2. And then finally in 2023, she's released. And I'm so happy that she was released, and I am actually really happy on the way she was released too. That, people got a chance. I want to say, what's the right way to phrase this? Is that individuals that have been purchasers of Smart Doll previously and have been following Smart Doll for a while got their chance to purchase the doll first. I want to say, like, he was trying to vet the initial purchases by people that have already made multiple purchases, I guess you could say, on the website. I don't know how he vetted it. I'm just saying, like, in general, he did something like that. Basically, what I'm saying is you couldn't be a first-time buyer. Let's just put it that way. I think that's the easiest way to say it. You couldn't be a first-time buyer for the first batch release. And that batch was, like, I think 30 minutes long. It was up for 30 minutes. And I remember because I kept refreshing the website to see if it was able to add to cart. And it was about half an hour passed by where I finally refreshed it, and the add to cart was gone. It was just gone. And then after that, I think it was like a few minutes after that, he reopened it for anybody to purchase, and that sold out super quick. Less than 5 minutes, I think it sold out. So I liked how he did the release on that, at least, because I feel like at least the individuals that were paying attention to @SmartDollLand on Twitter, because I refuse to call it X. Those that listen to @SmartDollLand on Twitter that were paying attention and keeping up with the notifications that were coming up, I think those individuals, I think all those individuals got their hands on a C2. Barring the fact that either you were at work or you were asleep and you didn't see the notifications, or you were on holiday or something like that. Like barring that kind of like, excuse, you were in the hospital, I think everybody got their hands on one that have been waiting for years. I want to say that happened. If not, I'm really sorry if you didn't, but I feel like I think the way he released it was great. I think it was good. And, like as many people are saying in chat, Magical Girl KitKap says, you helped make her reality. Luxaria saying the Cookie-S family is finally completed, and you were able to hide and keep your involvement all to yourself until the announcement. Yeah, and that's another thing about C2. That's a personal thing about C2 that I want to talk about for 2023. Was just my involvement in helping create her, which again is not, to me, it's not huge. Danny Chu and the Smart Doll team did all the heavy lifting for this doll. Let me just say that. If I were to say anything that I helped out in like 1% of her creation. Because I don't know how much you could really contribute to it, but like, I had artistic feedback, I guess you could say. So, I was able to see different versions and different prototypes of her as the years went on. And I was able to give my feedback on what I liked, what I didn't like, or things that I thought that they could try to change to see how it would look on her. So I was able to do things like that. Unfortunately, I'm not allowed to disclose what those things are, but I could just say that I had a hand in that process. There were other people like Kuma Kuma and Puppy52 that also contributed to the creation of C2, but I didn't speak to those individuals, and obviously I leave it up to those individuals to, talk about whatever their involvement was. So whatever percentage hand they had in helping, that's their percentage. But I think my percentage was maybe like 1%. Probably. But yeah, Magical Kit Kat says that, right, that takes so much self-control. Yeah, it did, because I really wanted to talk about it and share it, but obviously I don't want to do that because, that would be bad. As, I don't want to lose the trust of Danny and Smart Doll for keeping things a secret. But, it was tough. It was tough to not be able to like talk about it, and because I know everybody was always asking me every time I mentioned C2, and they're like, oh, do you know when she's coming out or this and that? And it's like, no, I don't know. And, which wasn't a lie. I didn't know when she was coming out, but it was hard to not be able to talk about her, but it felt really good inside, to me personally, that Danny Chu and the team were willing to allow me to be a part of the creation process, and that meant the world to me. So I wasn't going to betray that in any way, shape, or form. I was very honored to be a part of creating something, which, at least retail wise, like something that like you can hold, that you could buy. Like I've never been a part of anything like that, so that was definitely really, really cool to be a part of. Luxeri says, I imagine calling in sick that day to stalk the website for the opening. Kat says, yes, I'd have champagne, live stream, confetti, total party. Luxeri says, what do you mean not huge? You were there to provide feedback. That's big. It's Smart Doll. I mean, like like in the overall creation, like, like obviously, Danny has a huge part in her creation. The team has a huge part in the creation. They hold a huge percentage of that, because they're the ones actually doing it. So, giving feedback, I don't know what kind of percentage you can add to my feedback, but whatever that percentage is, there's no way, shape, and form it's as big as Danny and his team, of course. And I don't know what comparatively what it is to the other contributors, but either or, it was great to be a part of it. I'm truly honored to be a part of her creation. I don't know if you can say, but how did you get involved? Did you start in 2018? How did I get involved? Can I say that? I all I can say really is that when no, in 2018, when he made the announcement, I was able to work with Danny at Anime NYC, and I was helping him with his booth in 2018. And during the interview, I asked him a question about C2. And, we talked a little bit about it, and you can find it on my channel. The interview is there. And then afterwards, when the camera was off and everything, we got to talking a lot more about C2, but like, what kind of outfit she's going to come with or things like that. And that was really about it. And I don't know if that talking to him about it, or maybe my passion for C2 or my love for the character, he kind of took to heart or something, but maybe that was it. But I can't really say what was the deciding factor in me being asked to be a part of it. But it's not like I went up to him and said, hey, can I be a part of the creation? It wasn't anything like that. He definitely reached out to me, and what made him decide to reach out to me, I don't know. I can't really say. And I actually never really asked. But if I had to put my finger to it, it was maybe he felt my passion for the character, I guess you could say. And he decided to ask me, I guess. It may be the same reason for the other individuals that were, that helped collaborate to it. it could be a number of reasons, but obviously I can't speak for Danny and like, and what his actual reasons are. And I honestly didn't ask him why he chose me to be a part of it, to be honest. But I am super grateful and, honored to be asked to be a part of it. And it's one of the coolest things, that I've ever done. So there's that. Magical says you're super. I mean, I don't know. I don't know if I'm super. It'd be pretty arrogant of me to be like, yeah, I'm super. But I just I do what I do just purely because I'm just a huge fan of this hobby, and I don't do it really for recognition or anything like that. It's just I think I said this before. It's just there's not many people around me in my inner circle of friends or family that really get dolls or understand dolls or even want to know anything about them. And there are doll groups in New Jersey, like very smart doll groups that I hang out with and people that I talk to. But overall, in general, there's just no one to talk to about the hobby, at least readily available, I guess you could say. There is now that I live stream and I talk to all of you, and now that I started YouTube and I've made a lot of friends in the doll hobby. I have a lot of people now that I talk to, offline on Instagram and Twitter and things like that, that we have private conversations. I'm lots of people that I could talk to now, which is great. But the reason why I started this channel was really because I wanted someone to talk to, and I feel like doing the videos kind of felt like I was getting that out and also being helpful at the same time, I guess. There's a lot of different reasons why I started it, but one of them is to be able to just talk about something that I love. I was able to put it on YouTube, and that I feel like that's the reason why a lot of people like in our community have made videos about this doll stuff, because overall, internationally, it's still a niche hobby. It's still a small hobby. It's getting bigger year by year, no doubt. But it's such a small hobby that finding people where you live or near you that's into the same thing is few and far between, I feel like. And even if they are very close to you, most people don't advertise it. Most people don't go walking around, I collect dolls, I play with dolls. You know what I mean? A lot of people are very private about it. So, being able to talk about it on YouTube kind of got that out, out in the open where I could just talk to people about it or just talk about it in general. So it's whether I'm super or not, I don't know, but like it's just something that I do, and I continue to do, and I will continue to do it as long as I keep having fun with it. Another thing, the announcement of Black Navy. I think this is something that goes without saying was a big hit in 2023. It was something that Danny, I think at first he said he was using it for testing purposes, the color for frames, testing it for the frames, and then was wondering what it would look like on a doll, and then posted like one picture, and it just blew up. Like everybody fell in love with Black Navy, including myself. Like Black Navy looks amazing. It looks really, really good, especially this Black Navy that John got from My Lady Disdain. I'm super jealous. Like she's so cool looking, especially this Black Navy for what was it, Divergence, with the gold cyber shell. Like, oh my god, she looks so good. And I think he made a post somewhere on Instagram where he was like, he hinted at, or he mentioned that maybe there's an OG Chitose, which blew my mind. I'm like, okay, let's do it. Let's do it. OG Chitose, I'm down. Down. But yeah, I think Black Navy is great, and seeing her in person at Anime NYC was amazing. She hasn't been officially released as of yet. Probably early 2024 if I had to guess, but I think a lot of people are excited for Black Navy, and that was definitely a big announcement in 2023 as well. You guys, I'm getting to the other one. I know you guys are like, but he didn't say this yet. I'm getting to it. You save the best for last, right? Luxaria says, same, no one really to talk to about dolls. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure there's people around me. It's just I can't find them. Other than the people that I already know. Let's put it that way. Crip says again, I think I am the odd one out. One of the first things I tell people is I collect dolls and toys. I have a huge Pokemon toy collection. No, I don't think you're the odd one out. There's a lot of people that are very open about things like that. Me personally, I walk around with my dolls like outside to take photos and do photo shoots. I walk around with my dolls all the time at conventions, things like that. But other than conventions and doing photo shoots, I don't randomly like walk around. Like I don't go shopping with them or anything like that. It's not that there's any real reason. Like it's not like a reason of embarrassment or anything like that. I just don't feel like carrying around a doll when I go shopping or anything. But I have no problem busting out the doll when I want to go out in public places just to do photography, to do a video. I have no problem taking it around in cons and things like that. But other than that, like, because it's a lot of work to take your dolls out in public. Like, not a lot of work like mentally or what other people are gonna say. It's just carrying the doll bag, carrying the doll with me, especially if I'm shopping. Like, I don't want to like have to worry about the doll when I'm doing shopping or when I'm out with the kids. Like, I don't want to really have to worry about the doll. I'm sure there's a lot of people that do that. It's just another thing I don't want to have to worry about when I go out and do things. So the only time I take them out in public is when I do photo shoots, videos, or conventions or things like that. Yeah, I mean, it's not like I hide it either. So if anybody ever asks, like, what are your hobbies? Oh, I do YouTube. I watch anime. I collect, Transformers, Gundams. I collect dolls, things of that nature. I don't hide any of that kind of stuff. But I wouldn't say you're the odd one out, Crip. No, definitely not. Especially nowadays where we're getting more solidarity as a community. Because dolls have been getting more and more popular as the years go on. You're starting to see more and more people being very vocal about dolls. At least that's the way I feel. But even though that is happening, it's still internationally, it's still a niche. So, as much as there's many of us growing by leaps and bounds, there's still billions of people in the world. in New Jersey alone, I think there's a couple million people that live in New Jersey. So, out of those few million people that are here in the state of New Jersey, there's like maybe a couple hundred collectors, dare I say 1,000 collectors, and that's still a small drop in the bucket to the whole population of the state. So running into people is still a little bit, few and far between. Kat says, I have a massive Sailor Moon collection and decently sized Pokemon collection too. You have just became my friend. What's funny is nobody really approached me when I took photos of my dolls outside here in Japan. It's mostly the older people who ask me about them. Funny enough, Lux, I had the same thing. So when I took my vacation in Japan and I took pictures of my dolls out in public, especially when I went to, where was I? The temple, Asakusa, I think it is. The temple over there in Asakusa. What's the name of the temple? Sensoji? Is it Sensoji Temple? I can't remember the temple. Oh my god, that's bad. I can't remember the temple. I was there taking pictures. I was there taking pictures in the airport. I was taking pictures in Akihabara of the dolls, and a lot of people saw me and took pictures of me doing it, but nobody really approached me. And the only people that approached me were people of older generation because they were like, oh, what is that? Did you make that? So I kind of had the same thing. Older people asked me about them, but the younger generation didn't, or people my age didn't bother asking. Kat says, yay, friends, fabric posters are fantastic. I hope to move someday where I have enough wall space for all my Sailor Moon art. Dude, I have so many cool posters and stuff, and I can't display them all. There's just nowhere to put them. In my office, there's not enough room, and my wife will not let me put it anywhere else in the house. I am secluded to just this one little office, and I can't put anything else outside of the office. That's her rules. So I have mostly everything in binders or stowed away. The only thing I have displayed is the Asuna poster, and on this side, on my left-hand side, I have a couple pictures that are up, which you guys have already seen because that was displayed in my older videos because the camera was facing that side of the room now instead of this side. But those posters are still up from before. Pokemon plush are my weakness. Oh my god, you should see my Pokemon plush collection, Cat. And it's not even my collection. It's wrong for saying that. It's my son's collection. He has so many Pokemon that I purchased for him. We have a Poke farm over here. Your wife is not friend magic. Look. I mean, I made the promise to her. I told her when we get our own place, the exchange is if we get our own place, like our own house, that if she gives me my own private office, then I'll keep everything in my office and she can do whatever she wants with the rest of the house. So that's kind of like how it is right now. So it's half my fault. So Luxaria works in Japan. Oh, nice. I love a Poke farm. Yeah, we have a Poke farm here, Cat. If I get a chance, maybe I can have my son lay it out and I can take a picture. Oh wow, I can't wait to have you over my place next time you're in VA. My whole house is anime. Oh my gosh. I would like to see that. I have a friend over here that lives with me in Jersey where their whole house is pretty much anime as well. And it's overwhelming where I'm just like, that's a lot of stuff. It's like the kitchen, the foyer, the living room. You know, I didn't see the bedroom, but like the bathroom, like it was like everywhere. I wonder if your house is the same way. Moving on. So Paragirl, 2023. The announcement of Paragirl was in 2023, and then the prototype was in 2023, and supposedly the release, if it's going to come to that, will be before the end of the year. At least that's what Danny Chu's trying to do. I know he's working out a lot of things like getting the expectation pages out, the photos out, the what to expect stuff out. Like he's trying to work on all that kind of stuff. But I'm sure he's trying his best to release the Paragirls before the end of the year. But if he doesn't, then obviously, you know, first quarter of the year, definitely, for sure. But the Paragirls, man, that is a quick turnaround. I mean, you're talking about like from the idea to the prototype to the actual creation in 1 year. Like insane. Like that's crazy and also amazing at the same time. And seeing a Paragirl, like I was on the fence. Like I'm all for the idea, but I was on the fence on whether or not I was going to buy one prior to seeing one. But when I saw the Paragirls in Anime NYC, I was like, all right, I gotta have one. They're super cute. Like and I say it in my channel all the time. Like you see pictures of dolls, you see videos of dolls, and nothing ever compares to seeing them in person. Seeing a doll in person has this whole nother aura that's just different. And seeing the Paragirls in person, holding the Paragirls in person at Anime NYC, like totally changed my mind about them. And like I 100% want one now, and I'm going to purchase one, which is going to be probably this one, this Marvel in T, when she gets released. I'm still trying to save money to go to Japan, but I will get one at some point because Paragirls are pretty damn cute. They're so adorable. Let's see what else is there. PMV Soccer says, you're consultant and work there a few months. I did the same thing. Oh, they're talking about working in Japan. Looks like, please visit Japan. If you come to Osaka, I'm still here. I can tour you around. Listen, I'll hold you to that. Last time I was in Japan, I went to Osaka, but there was a typhoon, so I was in Osaka for only a few hours before I got scared and hightailed it back to Tokyo. So next time I go to Japan, I might go back to Osaka because I missed out on so much. I didn't really get to see much there other than I went to I forgot the name of the stadium now, but I went to the Orix Stadium in Osaka because I'm an Orix fan. And I got a jersey while I was there. Luckily, even though there were no games going on, the stadium was open and the gift shop was open, so I was able to buy a jersey. Super excited about that. And I saw the Volks doll point before it got renovated when I was in Osaka. I went to the Cadre Dior doll cafe when I was in Osaka, and then that's when I got the typhoon warning and I left. So that's all I did when I was in Osaka. So I definitely want to go back because I didn't see Dontonbori. I didn't see most of the anime stuff or any of the anime stuff really when I was in Osaka. I briefly walked through Nanba Town. So yeah, there's definitely a lot in Osaka I want to see. So next time I go to Japan, if I'm in the Osaka area, I'll definitely hit you up, Lux. We should definitely hang out. But I honestly don't know when I'm gonna get to go to Japan. I have to. I was supposed to go this Christmas, like now during this time period, but because I wanted to go to Dopa 50, that was the plan. But life happened, and all my Japan fund money that I had saved up to go this year had to be spent. So that sucks. So I have to start saving up again. I could expedite the process by selling a couple dolls. So if anyone wants to buy any of my dolls, maybe maybe I can expedite the process by doing that. But honestly, I don't know. Even if I wanted to sell dolls, I don't know what to sell because pretty much all my dolls hold a really dear place in my heart. It's really hard to let go of any of them, if any. So yeah, that's a hard sell for me. But yeah, I have to restart saving up again so I can go. Lex says, "Oh, we got to go to Nara too, the deer park. Is Nara by Osaka? I don't know how close it is to Osaka, but that's the place where the deer are, where they bow to you. I definitely want to see that if I can." Crip says, "I am a whole 8 hours from Canada, and I haven't left the country. I'm so bad at traveling." Listen, I am too. Like, I'm not that far from Canada, and I haven't even gone. So I'm in the same boat as you. Kat says, travel with us in October of what, 2024? I would like to. Honestly, I would. If I could, I would. It's all a matter of like, can I get the money together in time to go? That's the biggest problem, is getting the money together to go. If I could, I would try to get there with you guys in October for sure. Very near, maybe 30 or so minutes from Nanba. Oh, damn, really? It's that close? Okay, that's on the bucket list then. Next time I go, and I go to Osaka, we gotta go to Nara. I want to see the deer. But yeah, I mean, yeah, Paragirl, I mean, from start to finish in 2023, amazing. So hopefully, if all things go well and Smart Doll Land, we'll get a release of a Paragirl before the end of this year. Other thing, Cortex 2.0, man. I was so happy about Cortex 2.0. That blew me for a shock. Like, I did not think Cortex was ever going to come back because of its reception and, or reputation, I guess you could say. I didn't think it was come back, but now I'm super psyched. And seeing the prototype in person of just the arm and seeing the design specs on the CAD designs that he's been showing, I'm super excited for Cortex. I can't wait for another Cortex to come out. Obviously, it's not going to be the same as the original, where it's going to have a lot more lines because it's more so going to be like a cyber shell Cortex. But still, I'm excited for it. I can't wait for Cortex 2.0 and the possibilities that could come out of it, especially with all these like new fancy things that he's trying to do with like, cybernetic parts. And with using parts like this with held together by magnets. So there's a lot that could happen. I'm super excited. Do you think Cortex came back because of the new skeleton? I don't think it's the new skeleton per se. I think the reimagining of Cortex is really because of Cybershell. I really think that's what it was. I think when Danny started making Cybershell body girls with the lines, all over the body and things like that. When he started making body lines on dolls and people started really liking seeing Cybershell bodies, then I think something must have clicked in his head where the lines in Cybershell could be the excuse or the covering point of why there are lines on the doll initially. So when you build the doll, obviously the original Cortex 1.0, we're going to call, when you built the doll, there were a lot of lines on the doll. And a lot of people did not like the lines because we're so used to the vinyl body where there are no lines, right? It's just smooth skin, I guess you could say. So, a lot of people were turned off by seeing so many lines for where the pieces were put together, and they did not like that. There were also some faulty parts because trying to put the lines in places where people wouldn't see them left some weak spots on the Cortex shell that broke, especially in the upper bicep. That was a major part that people did not like. But now with Cortex, with Cybershell, you can hide those lines of the pieces coming together by making it the excuse is that's where the Cybershell markings are. And I think that's where he initially came up with the idea, at least in my opinion, that the Cybershell lines can hide where the pieces come together. And I think that's a great marrying of it. And when he tried it, I think he thought that it could come back. And with the Evolve frame, I think because of the way that the Evolve frame is made, I guess he figured that the way that the skeleton is structured, how it's more thicker, how it has more cylindrical pieces, it might be easier to put the shell on top of those parts of the new skeleton. So I think it's a combination of the two. But I'm super stoked about Cortex 2.0. Ben Benjamin's like, I'm excited for 2.0. Yes, Cortex 2.0. The Cortex 2.0 progress is so surprising. It is. It's really cool. I think they're putting, aside from Pear Girl, they're putting all the resources into it. Luxeri says, true, he might have been inspired to go back to Cortex. Crip says, yeah, I had a Cortex and the upper arm broke so many times. It was insane. Yeah, I think out of all the pieces, I think that was the biggest complaint, was the upper arm, like the bicep part, always breaking. I mean, me personally, mine, knock on wood, didn't break. So I was very lucky. I don't know what it is that mine didn't break. Maybe because I don't move it a lot, or I didn't play with it a lot, or because I glued them together. I don't know what it is, but luckily mine didn't break. I was one of the lucky ones. Luxair says broke like it came apart, or did it really break? Yeah, so there's so on the upper bicep, right? So I don't know, like, can you guys see? So on the upper bicep right here, like you see my shoulder, like right here where the elbow meets, right, to the bicep part, like right here, there's a thin piece of plastic, a very thin piece of plastic that just goes around the elbow part, and then the backside of the bicep goes on top of that. That small piece kept breaking for a lot of people. Like that really small thin piece kept breaking for people, and they did not like that. A lot of people had a lot of hard time with the torso, putting the torso together, because you had to do zip ties. That was another part that people didn't like. What else was there? Some people had problems with cutting down the shell and the frame to make it smooth so that the parts would fit together better. That was like another complaint. I think that's about it. There was a couple other ones, but I can't really think of them right now. But the upper arm part was definitely the biggest complaint, I would say, out of all the complaints. I glued mine and it broke. I had it replaced and it broke. Oh, that is just bad luck, man. That is just bad luck. I'm sorry to hear that. But yeah, Cortex 2.0, I'm excited for. Hopefully, we won't have any issues like that because it's the second time around. But you never know. Like, nothing's perfect. So there might be a new part of Cortex that people just might not like. But we'll see when we get there. I mean, they're working on it right now, so there's not really much we could say at this point in time. And then to round things out, Anime NYC. I think this was like a really big news in 2023 because last time Danny Chu was in Anime NYC was 2017, 2018, 2019. Obviously in 2020, COVID hit. 2021, COVID was still going strong. 2022, COVID was starting to be a little wary, but traveling still wasn't that great at that point. So 2023, when he made the announcement, I think everybody was super excited. It did catch some people for a loop because he announced it late. That was due to logistical reasons, but him coming down in 2023 was definitely a shocker. And at least for the people that were able to attend, it was definitely really, really cool to have him around again in the States. He did mention that he has plans to come back to the States in other places in 2024. He did give out dates on when he was going, and he said that you guys can work out the dates to see what events those are. He did say in January was SneakerCon, I think in Seattle. So that's one thing that he did mention, the actual name of the place. And then the other places I think he said was July, and I think there was another one, March maybe he gave a date. I can't remember what it was, but he gave 2 other dates out other than January. So he is going to be traveling outside of Japan. So be on the lookout for that. Let's see. Cortex was okay. I never broke any parts, but I chose to swap the ones I got to vinyl. Yeah, the only thing I swapped on my Cortex to vinyl was the bust, because the Cortex bust just made the doll too stiff. So changing out the bust for a vinyl bust was definitely a lot better for Cortex. But yeah, Anime NYC was definitely a big surprise. It was amazing to see the man again and be able to talk to him again, in person and pick his brain. That was awesome. And a lot of other people that became Smart Doll lovers or collectors or fans after 2019 that never got the chance to meet Danny Chu had the chance now, like My Lady Disdain and Anna and Corey from Kitten Cat Shop and many others that came down that didn't get a chance to meet him that finally did. So that was definitely a great surprise for 2023. And last but not least, the announcement for 2023, UV. So I know a lot of us are excited for this UV thing. It's still in the prototype stages. Even though he did release one version of her already with just the face with the UV thing, there's still a lot more steps that they got to do for the full body. The full body version hasn't been released yet. There's also a lot of things that we just don't know, and that's just because of time. Like, we don't know how long the glow will last. We don't know how long it'll be till it fades. Like, there's a lot of questions that people have about this that honestly just can't be answered without putting it through its paces. Like, we just need more time just to see how things will progress. But yeah, I'm super excited for this UV markings, and as Kat has shown us in her lovely Instagram post, there are a lot of things for invisible things that you can put on there for different things, like people that have like migraines or back pains or stomach issues or things like that can be shown by using this UV thing. And I think that opens a whole new can of worms of things of creativity and things that you can do with these dolls. So definitely excited about UV in 2023. And that's it. That's everything for the recap in 2023. I think those are all the big hitting points that happened this year. Again, for all the brands like Volks and A-Zone and Smart Doll, I didn't mention everything. I just only highlighted the things that I thought were the coolest or most important things that happened in this year. There definitely were a lot of things in 2023 that happened, for sure. Definitely a lot of things. But, I would love to get your guys' take on that, on what you think was really cool about 2023. Or if you have any questions that you want answered or want to ask me anything, we are going to open the mics now for anybody to call in and be a part of Open Mic Night. So here are the rules. Same rules as before. So you have to either call in, but if you call in, any charges that you incur is up to you. I don't know what your providers are going to charge you for joining this call. I don't know if there are any charges at all. I honestly don't know any of that. So do be warned. If you call in tonight, there may be charges, and they're not charges coming from me. They're charges coming from your internet provider or your cell phone provider or whatever. So if there are any charges, I don't know. So take it at your own risk if you call in. Now, if you want to join via the app, it's free. If you want to join using the web browser, it's also free. You don't have to pay anything for that. But if you call in, I think that there may or may not be charges. I honestly don't know if they're not. But definitely, if you want to be a part of today's show and you want to call in and just talk live on the show, you definitely can. Let's see. We're going to put it out. I'm going to put it out now so that you guys can get ready. Where is it? Where is it? Okay, here we go. So this is the information. You could see it up. Where is it? Up here, right over here on the upper right-hand side of the screen. So if you want to join the Zoom discussion, go to Zoom, the app, or go to zoom.com. You can use this meeting ID, this meeting password to join in, or you can call this telephone number and use that password to get in. So you can do it any of those ways. You can do it the web browser, which is free, the app, which is free, or you can call in, which I don't know is going to be free or not. I have no idea. And just call in and we could talk about anything. You could talk about, what you thought about in 2023. You could ask me any questions if you want, or we could just talk about whatever topic you guys want to talk about. But this is like my last, I guess, hurrah for 2023. I'm leaving it open to you guys to talk about whatever we want to talk about next. Let's see. Christina Kowal says, great show. When you be back for the holidays? This is my last show, so I'm going to take off for the holidays. I'll be back in January. If not the first week, then the second week. It really depends how bad work is the first week. But we'll see. Crip says, have you ever thought about making a Discord? I have thought about it, and the only reason why I didn't do Discord yet is because I haven't learned it yet. I have to learn how to use Discord first, and then I can do Discord stuff. Is your shirt Sailor Moon? Yes, my shirt is Sailor Moon. Okay, can you guys see it? My shirt is Sailor Moon. This is all it says. In the back, it has all the inner Sailor Scouts on the back. It's a very odd fitting shirt on me because they didn't make a men's shirt and they didn't make a unisex shirt. This only came in women's. So I bought like a women's extra large shirt because I thought that would be the best one to fit me. And it fits me, but it's a little big in certain places, I guess you could say. But yes, it is a Sailor Moon. It is a Sailor Moon shirt. I specifically bought this shirt because I was going to in New York City, they had a live Sailor Moon show, and I bought this shirt so I can wear it for the show. And then I also bought this shirt so I can also wear it in Japan when I went to the Sailor Moon Cafe for their live show there as well. So I wore it in 2 different places. But yeah, it is a Sailor Moon shirt. So yeah, all the information is displayed there on Discord. If you want to join Discord on the on the live stream on the upper right hand side, you can join in here or you could call in this way, and then the mics are open for anyone to talk about whatever they want to talk about. Other than that, I'll just keep on talking here, and when I see somebody join, I'll let you in. The only rules I want to give out to you today is please keep it PG as best as you can. If I feel like you're about to say something that is not keen for YouTube that could get me in trouble, I will automatically remove you from the chat. I don't think anybody that's listening or watching that's going to participate is going to do anything of that nature, but I'm just letting you know that's a possibility and I might kick you out. Other than that, at least for right now, because last time I feel like people felt like they didn't have like a fair share, so some people got more time than others. So I'm going to limit everybody, at least right now, to 5 minutes to at least talk about whatever you want to talk about and start a topic. And then I'll cut you off after 5 minutes. I'll put a timer on so I know it's been 5 minutes. If your 5 minutes are up, but I still want to talk about something, I will disconnect you, but I will continue just answering your question or whatever after the 5 minutes. Because I want to make sure, at least, depending on how many people try to join, I want to give everybody a fair chance to say whatever they want to say or talk about whatever it is that they want to say. But the Zoom information is there if you want to join, and we can do that. And then for the very end of the show, I still have Shizu-san's Anime Corner that I want to do at the very end. But I do want to leave this open to anybody if you want to, just be live on the show and talk about stuff. Let's see. Lux says, is that the one from the Sailor Moon show? No, it's not. Crib says, I'm so jealous because I live in the Midwest and I do not get anything cool. I don't know. I honestly don't know what happens out in the Midwest. Like, are you talking about like the Midwest as in the north side? Like kind of like where Canada is or something like that? Because I know Canada has a couple pretty big events that happens around, not Canada, it's so stupid. Chicago. Chicago has some big events like in that area. Um, if that counts as like the Midwest, I guess, or if you're talking about Southern Midwest, if it's in the Texas area, that's more the South, I guess. Midwest is more like middle, right? I don't really know what goes on in that area, but yeah, I actually don't know. But maybe some travel. I don't know. Maybe some travel. Let's see. Luxury says, "Don't get him canceled." Okay, all right. We have our first person coming in. That's participating in today's live. Let me get my timer ready. This. Okay. So we have our first person coming in, and let's see. We're gonna admit you now. Hopefully, everybody can hear you. Let's see. You gotta join your audio. Hello, hello. Can you hear me? Let me see. Hold on. Something on my end. It's something on my end. Hold on. So we have okay, let me try it now. Hello. And let's. I'm gonna admit you now.
Should maybe turn the sound off.
Oops. Hold on. Hello.
Hello.
There we go. Now it's working. My stupid headphones turned off on me.
No, you're okay. I was like motioning to Ben to turn the sound off on the TV so you weren't getting like hearing yourself echoing in the background.
Let me see. So, ladies and gentlemen, we have the magical Kit Kat girl here with us today. Let's see. I want to kind of add something here, so that people know who's talking. Let's see. See if that works. Oh my god, it's so small. Oh, there we
I have
go.
no excuse not to pop on because I'm literally just sitting here sewing on the couch. So
Okay, so everybody, we have Kat from Magical Girl Kit Kat here. I will start your timer now. So what is it that you would like to talk about today for today's episode? And it could be anything you want.
I don't even have a topic. Like that's
Okay, so let's put it this way. Let's tackle the first thing. So I know that you're a fan, but let's hear it straight from you. What is most awesome or most something you're looking forward to the most with the pear-shaped girls?
I honestly have been so jazzed for sewing
Mm-hmm.
and for all of the other creators that are going to be custom making items for them because I love the idea of having a doll that I can just spoil rotten and just sew as much as possible. Because, like, I have my other girls. Did you eat something, little dog? Oh my gosh, I was looking at my dog and she looks like she just like ate a bug and it didn't go very well. Um, but I have 7 other dolls and it gets overwhelming to sew for that many. And
Mm-hmm.
I don't plan on having an army of pair. I know I want a second one for sure, so it's kind of like my excuse to only sew for them primarily. Um, yeah, I think that's what I'm most excited for, and the modeling. I have my girl right now. She's wearing a TTYA men's sweatshirt, and
Mm-hmm.
it fits so well.
Oh, that's good to know.
And it's way heckin' cute. And I'm working on a leather skirt to go
Ooh,
with it. And
nice.
I'm like, she's just gonna be this hot biker chick, and I'm like
I
living
like it.
for
I
it.
like it. But that's good to know for everybody that's listening in is that guys, you can get a TTY sweater, a male sweater, and it fits fine on the Pearship girls. That works. I like that.
It was too big on our boys. Like not that it fit okay.
Mm-hmm.
I bought a whole bunch of stuff for Ben's boys a few years ago, but yeah, it's like the absolute perfect fit. It's super cute.
That's good. And I know you guys said that you guys are going to Japan in October. Is that set?
Well, it's not exactly set 100%.
Mm,
Um, so the way that I would describe it is my best friend and her husband goes on sabbatical, and they planned on taking the sabbatical in Japan. And we always talked about going together
mm,
because they've never left the country, and it's been their dream and our dream to go.
mm-hmm.
And so she's like, I'm not going unless you're going. So you're gonna come, and it's gonna be October. So like be prepared. Um, so I'm manifesting it. I have a friend who's a travel agent. And so, okay, what is that that's over here, Harley? Is there? I'm so worried there's a scorpion or some kind of a bug. Like she keeps trying to like eat something and it looks like it's attacking her.
Oh my goodness.
It's freaking me out.
What? That does
Please
not
don't be
sound good.
a giant bug. Yeah, we live land of dangerous bugs
Is that
is here.
is that Texas life right there?
Yeah, Texas life. Hashtag scorpions and other venomous things exist. But I have a friend who's a travel agent, and she's gonna work with us on securing. It's she's like a membership only travel agent, so
Mm,
we're members.
mm.
And uh, I plan to start booking stuff as soon as we can put a little extra money aside. So yeah.
All right, all right. I mean, listen, I would love to go and hang out with you guys in Japan. That would be awesome. But I don't know if I can get the funds in time to go. It's a lot of money. I had to spend a lot of money this year on unforeseen things, so that kind of ate
Well,
up my Japan fun.
I'll tell you what, wherever we end up staying, like room wise,
Mm.
like even if it's like last minute, we'll just plan on you just like crashing with us wherever we end up going. You come wherever if that helps, you could
That would
just
be that
throw
would be
me on in.
interesting. That would definitely be fun. But yeah, I mean, you guys will love it though. I mean, you guys are gonna enjoy it. There's a lot of really cool things to see there. It's such a, at least for the city of Tokyo and its many different what do you call them, like not inner cities but like boroughs or something like that, or provinces, like things like Akihabara and like Shinjuku, like all the mini wards. I think they call them wards actually. um it's so tourist friendly, pretty much. Like there's so much to do in like every different ward. You guys will love it. You really will.
I am very excited. And I also like, yes, I love the nerdy anime piece of it because like anime has been such a big part of my life for the majority of my life.
Yeah.
But I also really enjoy history and um nature and being
Hmm.
out in like beautiful parts of the country. And it's a big deal because I like photography. And so we're really excited to visit lots of parks and do walking and
Hmm.
do try to get our hands, or not even our hands, but just like be involved in participating in other traditional um stays and visits while we're
Hmm.
there. I
Yeah,
can't think of
they have
like
things like that there. Like walking and trails and things like that. Especially if you go to like Yoyogi Park, which is a big place that a lot of people like to walk. Uh, I didn't go there personally, but because I missed out, couldn't fit it in my plans. But that's definitely a place. There's a lot of like really cool historical stuff that you can see in different places, like in Asakusa, is definitely one of them, and different places that you can go to. I forgot the name of the town, but there's like a town right next, like in between Akihabara and Kinshicho, where I stayed. There's a town in between, which is like the sumo town. But over there, there's like a lot of old school, like kind of buildings there too that you could see. Um, and then like obviously like other wards throughout. There's like a lot of stuff that you could see, but I didn't make it out to
yeah,
all of them. So I did miss out on a couple of them because there's just so much to see. You
there
you really have to
there
narrow it
is.
down on what you want to see when you're there.
We definitely, Tokyo will probably be the shortest part of our stay, which
Mm-hmm.
we really want to go to like Osaka, Kyoto. I
Mm-hmm.
really want to go to Hiroshima,
Mm-hmm.
uh, pay respects and just like immerse ourselves in culture.
Mm-hmm.
And
It's a lot
while
of
like
traveling.
it's a lot of traveling, but I have a super duper organized bestie and my travel agent, and we're gonna keep it straight. And
Yeah, because all
we're
those
just
places are
gonna,
pretty far apart
are
from
they
each other.
too?
Yeah, like
Well,
so taking the Shinkansen from Tokyo to Osaka was, I want to say it was 4 hours. Obviously, it's shorter if you fly, for sure. But I wanted to try the Shinkansen anyways. We had to stop in Kyoto to pick up people and drop off people, so that was like a little bit less. It was like 2.5 hours, I think. Getting to Kyoto
well, we
from
want to go to
Tokyo.
Kyoto, so we're gonna have to plan it to where like maybe we go start in Tokyo, maybe end in Tokyo, if that's where we're flying out of, but like kind
Hmm.
of map it out to, okay, maybe we start in Kyoto and then from Kyoto go. I haven't figured all the details yet, but
You
yeah.
could probably do, just spitballing here, but you could probably go Tokyo, fly out to Hiroshima because that would be the furthest one down. Then from Hiroshima, fly back to Osaka, then take the Shinkansen from Osaka to Kyoto, and then from Kyoto back to Tokyo. Could do it that way, but again, I'm just spitballing. I don't really know. By the way,
And
5 minutes are up, but nobody else has called in, so I guess I can hang on to you for a little while if you don't mind.
if
Like,
anybody wants to call in, you
well,
just
some people are shy, so I don't blame them. But I leave it open just in case if anybody wants to call in. Uh, Let me see. Crip says, "What if you are someone who hates walking because you are lazy?" uh, Crypt, there's Tokyo's. There's a lot of walking, and the shortest way to get around would be trains to get from different wards. Uh, but even once you get off of the train, there's still a lot of walking. So if you don't like walking, this might be pretty bad for you. I mean, there's obviously it's a city, so you could take taxis from one place to another if you really wanted to, but the taxis are kind of pricey in Tokyo. Luxaria says you should definitely go to the Fushimi Inari Shrine in Kyoto. It's quite popular. Yeah, that's like the big one with all the torii gates that you go up the mountain. Um, yeah, that's super popular. I didn't get to do that because I didn't stop in Kyoto, but that's definitely on my list. And Lux also says that the Hachiko statue in Shibuya, next to Shibuya Crossing. I went to see that. That was hugely popular. I'm talking about like it was raining outside when I got there, and it was already like 4 p.m. It was starting to get dark, and there was still a long line of people waiting to take a picture with Hachiko. So it's definitely worth it. It's just be prepared to wait in a line for Hachiko. But the Shibuya crossing was nice. That was really cool.
I
Uh,
definitely want to do a shrine,
there's
multiple
lots of
shrines.
shrines, so many, especially like doesn't matter where you go. Like Akihabara alone had a couple shrines walking around. Sometimes you find hidden shrines. I don't know if you saw the video where I found one in between two buildings. Yeah,
Yes,
there's a hidden shrine in
I
between two
love
buildings.
that.
It was like this tiny little shrine, and you wouldn't know it's there unless like somebody told you. But there's like it's scary too because you go into like this little alleyway between these two buildings that's full of like garbage on one side because it's like where all the stores were throwing out their garbage for the garbage men to pick up, and then on the other side of that there's all these gotcha machines and like vending machines for like drinks and stuff, and somewhere in between the lane of garbage there's like a hole between the two buildings, and if you look down it, it's dark, you don't really see anything but the alleyway. But if you walk halfway down it, you'll see the shrine on the left. It's just this small little shrine in the middle of nowhere. It's crazy.
But I love that. I love that. I think that's really cool. And there is a YouTuber that we follow for many a year. And is it currently Hannah? Currently Hannah.
Oh yeah, I watch her stuff
And
too. I haven't seen her stuff in a while though.
she actually just published a entire like travel book for people traveling to Japan about like,
Ooh,
what to do, what not to do, and also
that's
some of the
fun.
best hidden spots to visit where maybe
Mm.
it's not going to be super busy. What's the best time to travel? The transportation, like
Hmm.
super thorough.
I'll have to look into that. That's really cool.
And
Oh,
we watch everything that she posts because we just love her and she always finds like the most beautiful
she
places to
does. She has great cinematography in her videos. It looks so professional.
she
It's really
does.
good.
And she's working with other Japanese filmographers in Japan and
Mm-hmm.
doing like she's hosted several shows recently that have
Mm-hmm.
been on TV, Japanese TV and also Australian TV.
Oh, let's see. I didn't know that because I haven't watched her stuff in a while, so I didn't know. Oh, speaking of which, we have some new callers in, so
Perfect.
I'm going to let you go for now and
Wonderful.
let other people take a chance to talk. But thank you, Kat, for joining us tonight. That's amazing to
Yes.
hear you and see you.
Have a wonderful holiday and I'll chat soon.
You too. Take care. All
Bye.
right. Bye bye. Okay, so we are going to let our next caller in, which is going to be, let's see. Okay. I got to edit your name though, so we can have a different name in here. So we have Christina Kowald. Welcome to the live stream, Christina. Can you hear me? Oh, she has to join audio. Let's see. Christina, can you hear me? Uh-oh. We're having some audio issues. I think if you're using the app or the web browser, on the bottom left, there's going to be a microphone button with a little arrow pointing up. If you click on the arrow, you can select which audio devices you want to use, just in case it's set to the wrong one. I can see you talking. I just can't hear you. It's definitely going to be an audio thing for sure. You just got to work that part out. Yeah, Zoom is not really the most best thing for everybody that knows how to use. I swear, I have to learn how to use Discord because I hear people know it better. I just haven't learned it yet myself. Let me see. Sometimes if I remove you and put you back in, it'll ask you to join audio. Like there'll be like a little pop up. Oh, I know. I see you trying it now. It says trying to connect to audio. It didn't work. Hold on. Let me put you in the waiting room and then I'll bring you back in. It should pop up like a little window when I bring you in to ask you about your audio setting. Hold on. 1 second. Okay, how about now? It should pop up something. And Crip says I can teach you. Discord for group chat. I'm still trying to figure out how Zoom beat out Skype. Skype was prime set for beating. Yeah, I don't know how Zoom beat out Skype, but Skype kind of died. Like nobody was using Skype anymore. Like I guess some people are using it, but it's Zoom is definitely the thing that people are using now. Zoom, Team like Microsoft Teams, um, Discord obviously is another one that a lot of people are using. Okay, it says that she's trying to connect audio now. It's not working though. Yeah, I don't know if you're on phone or if you're on another program. Like if you're using another program, it might be interfering with, your Zoom thing. But you can leave your camera off if you want, because I know you were you were using like a little um, avatar thing. So I don't know if that is messing with your audio settings, but it could be, because sometimes programs don't work well with each other, especially with Zoom. Like I have to like do some loopholes to make Zoom work with Streamlabs so I can stream like this. Criff says one word Microsoft. I don't know. I don't know if Microsoft is to blame for that. I don't know. I mean, it could be.
Ah,
Hello? Oh, I can hear.
okay.
Hello, I can hear you.
Okay.
The only thing is I can hear myself in the background too.
Oh.
You might have to lower wherever that's coming out of.
One word Microsoft. I don't know if Microsoft is to blame for that.
No, I don't think Microsoft owns Zoom.
Oh.
Oh, I can hear you. No, I can hear you.
Oh, is that me?
Yep, you're on. You're on, Christina. There's a little bit of a lag, so you have to turn the volume on YouTube down,
Oh.
and you have to speak to me directly on the Zoom.
Hello?
Yes, hello.
Who we got?
No, I don't think Microsoft.
Hello, Christina.
Hello?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yep, you're on. You're on,
Oh.
Christina.
Oh, seriously?
Yep, you're on. There's a little bit of a delay if you're listening to me through YouTube instead of Zoom.
Okay.
Yes, hello.
Who we got? Oh. Hey, Shiza-san, how are you?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Is it working?
Yep, it's working. Well, welcome to the live stream, Christina.
I must have done something wrong now. I can't hear anything.
Uh-oh. You need to turn up the volume on Zoom. Yeah, it's really weird. But if you listen to...
Hey, Shiza-san.
Hello.
Coming through?
Yes, you are. Zoom is going to be a little bit delayed as opposed to YouTube, though.
Oh, wow. I have never used this before.
Yeah, it's not user-friendly. I do have to apologize for that.
It's a little bit delay.
Yes. Yeah, there's a little bit of a delay. So, because there's a delay, I'll get things started.
Oh, okay.
What would you like to talk about today?
Okay. Oh, it's so great to be a super big fan of your show.
Oh, well, I'm glad that you're a fan of the show. I appreciate your support. You're always here on the live streams, almost every time.
I'm planning a trip to Japan myself. I'm planning for 2025.
Oh, wow, 2025? Nice. I'm sure you'll have a great time there. Is there anywhere in specific you'd like to go when you're there?
Well, it's nighttime for you, but it's like daytime for me, so it's not so bad.
Yeah, there's a little bit of delay I can hear. Yeah.
A great time there. Is there anywhere in specific you'd like to go when you're there?
I'm gonna go doll hunting everywhere.
You're gonna go doll
everywhere.
You're gonna go doll hunting everywhere. Oh my goodness, there's a lot of places to go to.
Sorry, there is a bit of a delay.
Yeah, there is, but there's a lot of places you can go to, Christina. And one of my videos, I think it was one of the Beyond the Doll episodes.
But just love to say hi to everyone, and from Australia, and all the AGGs.
Oh my goodness. there's a lot
Yeah,
of places
yeah, the delay's a little bit weird. But yeah, there's a lot of places you can go to. There was a previous episode of Beyond the Doll where I talked about a lot of places you can shop in Japan. So that's going to be cool.
one of my videos.
As opposed to being from Australia, wow, that's crazy. So far away. But I hear Australia is beautiful. I got to visit there one day.
From Australia, all the ATG. Okay, I'll go because this is very, very slow, and I've watched all your videos.
Oh, you watched all my videos? That's so sweet. Thank you for all the support. I hope that the videos helped out. Or at least found them entertaining. And I love your avatar. It's so cute.
Okay, bye-bye. Thanks for having me on.
Okay. Bye, Christina. Thank you for joining.
Oh, you watched all my videos? That's so sweet. Thanks for all the support. I
Okay.
hope that the videos helped out. At least found them entertaining. And I love your avatar. It's so cute.
Okay, bye-bye. Thanks for having me on.
Okay. Hi, Christina. Thank you for joining.
Leave.
Okay, so that was Christina. Thank you for participating today. I know there was a little problem with the lag. Zoom is not really user friendly. I have to be honest on that, but it's the only one that I know how to use right now. Once I get my hands on how to figure out how Discord works properly and make it work with my whole like setup here, I'll try and see if I can migrate to Discord and see if that works better for a lot of people. But thank you for Christina for participating. It was so good to hear you. And wow, calling all the way from Australia, that's pretty crazy. You said it's pretty bright out there because it's daytime, but I hear Australia's really nice. That's definitely on my bucket list of places to go. I want to go to Australia at some point. Obviously Sydney is somewhere I want to go. There's a lot of places to see and things to do, like the famous Sydney Opera House. But yeah, I mean, I don't know of any other places other than Sydney to go. I mean, people have talked about like Brisbane, but I don't know if Brisbane is like a touristy place or not, or if that's just somewhere that somebody lives that I know about that lives there. But yeah, Sydney, I would love to see. And if you have any recommendations of other places, definitely, let me know. Yeah, Lux, you can still call. We have one caller that I'm going to take now, and then we could take you next if you want, Lux. Just join in. So we're going to have our next person come in. Let me add them now. Yo. You got to connect your audio. We got Batman Jackson joining us, just trying to connect their audio now so that they can talk. Oh, you're in Perth. I've heard of Perth. So I know of the name Perth or the place Perth. Oh, okay. You're still trying to work out your audio? I'm waiting for Luxaria to join. If anything. But if you want to talk now, we can take you now. Oh, there we go. What's up?
I said to take Luxuria, I am a filler.
well, I'm waiting for Lux to sign in. They said they're installing Zoom.
Oh, okay. Well, how?
So they're not ready as of yet. So at least for now, everybody meet Batman Jackson. Batman Jackson is live on the stream right now. Anything you want to talk about? At least while we wait for Lux to sign in.
I don't have anything to talk about. But but people can ask me questions. I'm trying to figure out how to put this on sound. This is very low.
Listen, I know you could talk all day and all night about Vocaloids if you wanted to.
Well, I mean,
I
yeah,
mean-
but people have already heard me talk about Vocaloids. So,
But you got your pre-order down for Miku NT, right?
of course I did.
Of
So
course
I
you did.
I ordered one immediately, and then I'm gonna wait for whatever leftovers are from the Dolpa because it's gonna be cheaper. Even
Mhm.
with shipping from Japan, it's still gonna be cheaper with the currency rate.
Yeah, it definitely is. It's so weird how that works out, though. That you can get one directly from Japan and it's cheaper than getting one from America.
Yeah.
So that's definitely
I
something that people gotta realize.
I have one Miku that I need to sell because I somehow have 5 regular Mikus.
The original OG Miku, you have 5 of them?
I have problems.
I shouldn't be surprised, to be honest,
It was
because you're a
it was
huge
an
Vocaloid and Miku fan.
I'll see one on secondhand and I'll feel bad and I'm like, you can't just leave her there. And then I'll bring her home and I'll clean her up and then I just have another Miku that I don't need.
You save the Mikus. You're a Miku savior.
Oh
Listen,
my
actually,
goodness.
while I got you on, because you're the foremost expert that I know of, at least with Vocaloids, could there be another Vocaloid that Volks could add that they have not?
Oh yeah. So when you were talking about the main cast,
Yeah.
if you want to put it that way, uh Teto has always been considered main, but she just became official. Her previous outfit was like just a revamp of Miku's outfit, but now she has her own outfit, and they
Hmm.
changed her hair a little bit, so they could do Teto. But before that, it would be Gakupo, who is voiced by Gact, like the Japanese singer
Wait, the
Gact.
yeah, the I know that name. I know Gact. Yeah.
Oh, everyone knows Gact.
Yeah.
If you know Hide or Hyde, if you
Yeah,
know
I know
Hide
Hyde.
or Monster, Monster X, that's K-pop, X Japan,
Hmm.
or Yoshiki, like Mana, then you know Gact.
Mm. Yeah.
So yeah, so he's an official. And then Megumi or Goompoid, I would say those two.
So what are the odds that Volks releases one of those characters, though? Do you think they would?
I mean, Gumi is very popular in Japan. She's not very popular international.
Mm.
Um, the odds of them releasing another boy, even if it is Gak,
Hmm.
it's Volk, so they're very low.
Mm.
I would hope so, because 2 of the 4 boys that they've made are Vocaloids.
But I mean, even if that weren't the case, right? Like, let's say they don't release any of those Vocaloids. I know that you mentioned before, and others have mentioned in chat, that there are other Vocaloids out there. Do you think they could do one of those, or would that be a different IP they would have to contact to do a collaboration with those other Vocaloids?
Yeah, if it's not a studio Krypton, then no, they're not going to touch it. That's too much work outside of Japan or multiple companies that they would have to talk to. It's not. I don't see it happening.
Okay, so they would probably just stick to the parent company that owns Miku if they were to
Yep.
do more Vocaloids, which would be what, the 2 that you already mentioned, right?
Yeah.
So technically they're only missing 2 then of their lineup. So they could.
If you're counting Teto because she just became official, she
Mhm.
was official, air quotes, but now
Mhm.
she's official. So I know.
She got
It's
the
Vocaloid-
stamp of approval, is what you're saying.
Right.
So yeah, I mean that's a possibility. Now, what if they were to reboot something? Do you think? I know you mentioned earlier in chat, but I mean, you
Yeah.
don't think that like Luca might get a reboot, or even Kaito?
So, if someone else wants to talk to you, bring them in, and then when you bring me back in, I will pull out my dolls and you can put me on video so I can show you the difference between the two.
Okay, well, for right now, you're the only one in the call, so
Oh,
I'm waiting for Lux to set up their thing, and if
okay.
anyone else wants to call in,
Do you have it set that you can share a video?
I can. You're gonna have to give me a moment to put you in though,
Okay,
and
yeah.
then you could share stuff with people.
Let
All
me
right,
grab it.
hold on, people, while I bring Batman Jackson in via video, and you guys can see her amazing collection of stuff.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about this mess. There's so much Miku.
There's so much Miku that you guys are
No one
not
will judge
seeing.
me. All of you here know that I have an obsession.
Okay, so I'm gonna move some stuff around so that you guys can see what I see. Give me a second while I move things. Let's see. We're gonna move your name down here so we can make some space. And we'll move chat. Where are we gonna move chat? We'll move chat here down a little bit, and we'll see if we can fit you in. Where is? See if I can add you. Nope, not right there. Where is it? God, I'm moving the wrong things around. Let me see. I'll just add a new source to add you in. 1 second. Da, 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 da. Whoa, there we go. Okay, hold on. Now I need to fix this properly so we can add you in. Ah. Don't worry, guys. I'm going to make this screen bigger so you guys can see. I'm like doing this. I'm like doing this live. Like trying to adjust the screen. Hold on. So that you guys don't have to see me messing around with this. Because it looks funny. Let me see. How do I... Can I change? Why won't it let me change it? Oh my god, this is... Oh. That could be why. There we go. Alright, so... We're on... Don't do that. Oh, yeah, it's not gonna work this way. I'm gonna have to do it like this. You guys are gonna have to bear with me. There we go. Oh. Oh, stupid thing. Let's see. Is that not it? Can I make this bigger? All right, we have you on screen now. There we go. I got you on screen. Hello, everybody. Welcome the very ever so popular on my stream, Batman Jackson. What's up? The screen ratio is a little off because the screen capturing you off Zoom kind of messes the thing a little bit, but that should be pretty good.
Okay, so I have Miku here.
Right? We have
and
the
then
Miku.
I have Sakura Miku. Okay, so Sakura Miku is already on the reboot body.
Mm-hmm.
So they are not going to re-release Sakura Miku. Regular Miku was on the original body. The big differences are the jointing. So if I pull off a hand, the way the regular F3 or Dolphy Dream sister body work, the hand, when you rotate it, it does not rotate where the ball is. It only rotates in the socket.
Mm-hmm.
On the new, I can pull out. Okay, so this is the Sakura Miku hand. The way it rotates on here is, so if I'm holding on to where it would be in the socket, the hand actually rotates.
Mm.
I don't know how delayed I am, but when you do it on the regular Miku, it will not rotate. So it has to rotate in the socket in her arm if you want to
Mm-hmm.
rotate it.
Mm-hmm.
So her feet are that way too.
Mm-hmm.
Her knees on the reboot body, her knees bend a little bit farther back, and then um the way the hips are jointed,
Mm-hmm.
um there's a peg hook
Right.
in the middle on the reboot body, and the thighs click onto that peg. It's really, really annoying if it falls out. But yeah, on the old body, it didn't have that. So any of the dolls that are already on that new style body, I do not think that they are going to redo.
Mm.
Miku was an exception because it's Miku.
Right. Right.
The only other times dolls have been re-released in Volks, even outside of Vocaloid dolls, have been when it's um, a, a campaign of some sort.
Mm-hmm.
But Miku's been released just because it's Miku.
Mm-hmm.
They released her for events in Japan. They released her when they needed to put her on the new body. So because they haven't done that for any other doll, I don't think they're going to do it for any of the ones that are already on the new body.
Mm-hmm.
Like very, very small chance. So
Right.
um
Okay.
Snow Miku, regular Miku, and I was supposed to grab Luca. Hold on. I gotta
By the
check.
way, Kat says that she loves your room. she
So
loves the
my room,
setup.
this my
It's a Miku shrine.
it's it's um
You seeing
it's
this,
a lot.
chat? It's a Miku
It's a
shrine.
it's
It
a
looks
lot.
amazing.
This is
There's a lot of things I collect and I love, but I don't have enough of it to make a shrine like that, though. That's
um
crazy cool.
really bad.
It looks good.
Not seen are my mechanical keyboards that I have Miku themed, because there's some one I'm using, and then
Hmm.
two were packed away.
Hmm.
Up here, this is my PlayStation 3 Project Diva Joy-Con. My PlayStation 4 one I actually use, so that one's plugged in. These are figures that are too big to put in my bookcase, so they're still in the box.
I see some
These
smart dolls hanging
two,
out.
oh yeah, these are projects. These are two 1/4 scale figures. I mean 1/3 scale figures. The
Hmm.
boxes are too big for me to put anywhere. She's like way deep in here. Yeah, this giant thing right here.
Oh my
Um,
gosh, that's so cool looking, though.
if
It's a lot of
anyone
Mikus.
wants to uh donate to me, I am missing the very first Miku Volks magazine. Um, I have every other magazine, but I am missing the very first Miku Volks magazine. So if anybody runs across that and wants to give it to me, I'll pay you.
Wait, have you checked the Volks website? Because they do have a couple of the older magazines on the website for sale.
I check it all the time. They do not have the very first Miku one. I actually need to make an order now because I need to buy the reboot release of the Twins and the Miku NT book.
Hmm.
But I have everyone else, but I don't have the original Miku one, and it
Oh
drives
my
me crazy every
goodness.
time I look at them.
Luxaria says she loves the Mikus. Or
Thank
Luxaria
you.
says they love the Mikus. He
So
says
because
he just sold his OG Miku with the Ribbon Girl set.
I would have bought the Ribbon Girl set from you.
Oh, you hear that,
Damn.
Keith?
The Ribbon Girl set was only
That's the schoolgirl outfit, right?
It
The
is.
pink
It's
one.
actually, I have the figure right there.
Oh yeah, that one. That's the
So
one.
look who else I have with my Miku figures.
I know. Look at the mirror eyes. You have that's the statue, not the Figma, and then you have the
No,
Nendoroid
this
version.
is the Figma, and
Oh, that
this
is the Figma.
the Nendoroid. Yep.
Oh, nice. Nice. That's awesome.
You want to? So here's some smart doll boxes.
Oh yeah, I have a stack just like that.
One small stack. One small stack. Okay, so wait, I was looking for Luca. That's what I was doing. Luca. This is a Luca body that I use for my Gumi, but this is not Luca. So let's check Luca.
Oh wait, is that the custom one that you brought to Otakon with you?
Yes, this is the
Yes.
custom Gumi, but her head was very expensive, so her head is packed away. All right, so yes, they could revamp Luca. Luca does not have the new body.
Oh, see, we can get a Luca reboot. Now, obviously, if they make a brand new body in general, like a DDF-24 or something like that, the very first
Yeah.
Vocaloid will be another Miku for sure.
Oh yeah. Oh
There's
yeah.
gonna be another Miku reboot with whatever new body is released.
So the newest Miku, the Racing Miku, they actually finally aged her up. So instead of being 16, she's 18, and
Okay.
I was very, very excited about that. But there's not much fan art going off of it.
That would
So
actually be
I
cool. I
would-
would love to see a Volks Racing Miku. That would be awesome. Because I've seen the different versions of Racing Miku. At least,
Yeah.
I don't know if there's different versions, but I've seen a version, let's say it that way, and it looks pretty cool.
Yeah.
I would like to see that.
Yeah, she's upstairs. I also have a Sonico custom that I'm working on. She's on a DDY, of course, because it's Sonico.
Because it's Sonico, right?
And I'm thinking about making matching racing outfits for Sonico and Miku.
Mm-hmm. PMB Sakura says he bought the Ribbon Girl set as his COVID relief money.
No, when I say so, this set was like normal prices, like 180, maybe 220 at the most. This set resells for $500 to $800.
Yeah, I haven't seen 800, but I've seen it for $5 for sure. I've definitely seen it for $5.
For one of the most basic outfit sets, it's insane the price that it's going for.
Marie and both PMB Sakura are saying they want a Sakura Miku. Do you have one and extra to sell?
So I do not. So Sakura Miku is the only Miku that I only have one of because she was a click war. So until I find another one for a good price, she will be by herself and lonely.
Yeah, the clicker ones are always hard to come by. I think I've seen a Sakura Miku on Mandarake before.
Not for under 1,200.
Oh, probably not. Yeah. Yeah. She is pretty expensive though.
Yeah. 800 I would do. 1,200 absolutely not.
That is pushing the boundary for some people. I do have to say, I went as high. The highest I went for an aftermarket or third party price doll was my original OG Asuna. I paid 1,600 for her. That's the most I've ever done.
I am such a dot hack fan that I didn't even look at anything sword art.
Dot hack was good, but I want to say the original dot hack anime was good. I didn't like any other anime that came after that, and I wasn't a fan of the games though either. It's just the original anime I loved.
Love the games. I love to this day I still tell people if they ever made a real dot hack MMO, I would be that WoW guy that you never see that doesn't come out of his house. I would be that guy for the dot hack game.
I love the original dot hack anime though. That I feel like it's not the first of its kind, but at the same time, I kind of feel like it's the first of its kind.
It was. It absolutely was. Dot Hack is what pioneered the isekai genre without really being isekai. Like it did it so well, and
Well, it did
it
the
didn't go back
video
as
game
far as they.
isekai well. I think it's the first video game isekai.
Yeah, yes,
Yeah,
video game isekai.
because there's other isekais
Um,
prior to that, but yeah, I think
yeah,
video
oh,
game
absolutely.
wise, it's the first video game isekai, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. No, and it's so good. And the game, the way they made the game, even though it was a PS2 game, you could interact with the same NPC that's a character player
Hmm.
like 15 times, and they would say something different every time. And
Yeah, they
then
had
the
they had a set
ability,
list. Yeah, yeah,
yeah, you would have to talk to the same character for a while for it to cycle back around to something they already said. And the ability to gain more. Look, I haven't touched this game in like 12 years, and I can still tell you about it. The ability to, as you're going through the world, learn more keywords to
uh huh.
make more random dungeons, so you would have an infinite amount of dungeons to go into. Like, I don't know how you couldn't like this game.
Well, you know what? What did it for me that I didn't like was I felt like all the dungeons were kind of the same. Like there was always that part where it dropped you on the outside part, which was either
Yeah.
like some kind of like grassland or lava land or something like that. And then once you found the entrance to the dungeon and you go in, I feel like all the dungeons were the same. Like that's what kind of got me like bored about it was the dungeoning part. I don't know,
I
but
don't know.
it
I
was
don't know how
years
you
ago.
level up. Yeah, it was years ago. I don't know how you level up, but it depended on how you leveled up
Hmm.
because there was different just like a regular MMO. There was different drops, there was different bosses. Some of them had big things at the end, big chests that will give you
Yeah.
like superior armor.
Oh, bye,
Like
Crypt. Crypt is leaving. I'll see you next year, Crypt. Have a good night. Happy holidays. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. The game was interesting, but I couldn't really get into it. But Dot Hack Sign, like Keith says, Dot Hack Sign
yeah.
was great. I love Dot Hack Sign. I fell in love with Subaru.
Yeah, like
Subaru was my girl.
I have the manga and I have the novels
Hmm.
and I have the trading card game that nobody would play with me, so I still don't know how to play.
I didn't even know they had a trading card game. Oh my
They
god.
absolutely have a wait. Do you want to see this chat? Wait, did anybody join yet? Because I can show you
Uh
the other side of this room.
oh yeah. Luxuria's in the waiting room now.
Okay, go to Luxaria. Come back to me.
Okay. I'll put you in the waiting room for now. Let's
Okay.
see. Where's my thing here? Oh, wrong button. That wasn't it. Okay, so no, that's the wrong button again too. Hitting the wrong thing over and over. Hold on. Technical difficulties because my mouse is like triple clicking things. Okay, here we go. All right, so let's put in our next individual, which is going to be Luxaria. Let's see. We're going to join you. And let's get you in for today's stream. Okay. Let's see. They're connecting their audio now. Keith says, I got stuck on dungeons and got bored too. I have 3 of the 4 games. I'm missing volume 4. Yeah, the dungeons, man. Like, I had the same thing where I was having issues with the dungeons. Anyways, Luxaria's on. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Hello, Luxaria. Welcome to today's stream.
Wait. How can I lower your volume?
My voice?
Yeah.
It's
Currently, you're blasting through my ears.
oh my god, I'm so sorry. Let me see. Hold on. There is a way. I just want to make sure I'm looking in the right place. So, on the bottom left of your screen, you'll see the icon for the microphone, and there's like a little arrow. If you press the little arrow, it'll open up a menu. Select audio settings, and then you could change the levels of the volume.
There we
So hopefully
go. Okay, okay, okay.
hopefully I'm not too loud now.
I'm muting you on YouTube, so I'm hearing too.
Okay, well, at least if you are hearing me on YouTube, it's not echoing back. So we are good for now. So, now that we have you on, Luxaria, how you doing?
I'm doing quite good. It's winter here, almost winter, so but for some strange reasons, it's still hot.
I like your cast of characters on your screen. I know nobody else can see it, but it's on Zoom. I don't know if you want me to show it to people or not.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine.
Okay, so let's see. I will add it so that everybody can see your picture here. Let's see if we can make this a little bit smaller to make it bigger. And then let me see. I'm doing this live, so people are watching me do it. Let's see. Yay! Okay, wait. It kind of fit. There we go. So
Yeah,
that's
so those are my
Luxaria's.
goals.
That's Luxaria's group of dolls that you guys can see for the stream today. Oh my God! Can you introduce us? So who's on the far left with the turtleneck?
The for like the brand, you mean? Like the company?
Yeah, the type of doll, the company, and if you have a name for the character.
Oh, so the one on the left is a ring doll. All of them are resin, other than of course the only anime style girl there.
Right, right.
He's actually my second doll that I bought second year working here.
Oh,
So
okay.
they are all my testaments for working here in Japan. One doll, the only thing I could afford.
Aw.
And the one next to him is the one with the like the ears and the tail.
Mm-hmm.
Is actually from Longso, another Chinese company.
Mm-hmm.
He's my first one,
Oh, okay.
who is surprisingly not that yellow yet, which I'm very impressed because I
Mm-hmm.
always bring him out as my first BJD.
Uh-huh.
Right? I took him out everywhere, like restaurants, park, even for my work. I just stuffed him in my bag. I
Oh my
didn't bring him out
gosh.
though, but he was
It
just there.
must be heavy though because he's resin.
He is heavy though. He is heavy, and he's like one of the 75
Oh,
centimeter body.
oh, he's a big boy.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
And then the girl is a Dolphy Dream. She is actually the latest that I got. So
Mm-hmm.
I cheated a little this year. I got two.
Oh, okay.
So the girl is actually my latest buy.
Mm-hmm.
But I got her secondhand from
Mm-hmm.
Mandarake.
Oh, okay. I'm assuming you bought in person from Mandarake, right?
No, I got her online.
Oh, you did online purchase. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Does she have like is she a custom or is she
No,
a standard?
she is from Fate.
Oh, really? Which character? I can't
The
tell.
Master.
Oh, oh, the master. Okay.
Right,
Oh,
yeah.
that
I
one's
wanted to
actually
before,
quite
but
rare. The master one.
I know, a little difficult and
Mm-hmm.
a little pricey, I have to say.
Hmm.
So I do have her. I changed her recently for a photo shoot I did outside of the park. So
Mm-hmm.
maybe that's why you didn't recognize her.
I
And
see it
then
now though. I could see it now in the face.
and then the last one is same company from my second doll. He is
Mm-hmm.
the third that I got,
Mm-hmm.
and he is my first tan colored doll.
Mm. They
He
all look
has like
very
a big
nice.
body, so I was trying the new body.
I like the one with the ears though. He looks so cool. The one with the ears looks awesome.
He is actually like based, or at least I tried to find clothes. I cannot sew for the life of me, but I tried looking for clothes that is similar to a video game character. So,
Mm-hmm.
and I got the ears and tails from Etsy, I
Mm-hmm.
believe. I
Ah.
did forget the store though.
Oh, that's okay. But he definitely looks really cool. I like the way he looks.
Yeah, a little too problem with the tail though, but it bends, so it's really cool.
Oh, so it has like a wire or something inside.
Right, yeah.
Ah, okay, nice, nice.
Yeah, so
Uh,
these are all my accomplishments,
oh,
all
well,
my
that's so
savings.
nice. I think it's really cool that like you were able to at least purchase some of them from your Japan money, from being in Japan.
Yeah, for sure, for
How long have
sure.
you been there?
In here, I've been stuck here from the time of Corona, actually.
Oh, they're not kicking you
Started
out?
here, Corona, really. Hmm?
They're not gonna kick you out? Like you have like a long time visa or something?
Uh, that is why earlier in the chat I said that I have to go home for a month or two after like December. So January, late January perhaps, or February, I have to go back
Mm-hmm.
to fix my visa
Ah, okay.
and do some papers and stuff because I couldn't fly home,
Mm-hmm.
and
Right.
I've been panicking like what to do. Am I gonna get imprisoned or something for this?
Yeah, yeah, no, I definitely I can understand that. But you were able to, I guess, keep your job while you were there to, support yourself?
Yes,
Oh,
yes.
that's
I was one
nice.
of like the lucky ones. Like I always think that it was so lucky. I've been like so nervous at that time.
Oh, well, that's good. That's good that that worked out. So is there anything for 2023 that kind of like you want to talk about or anything you're looking forward to?
How? I mean, like I'm still waiting for maybe a new doll that I would fall in love with.
Mhm.
So far, not yet. I actually wanted a smart doll.
Oh, well, if you want a smart doll, obviously there's quite a few available and if you were wanting to, if you were so inclined, you could always send them an email and they could give you a tour of the store since you're there in Japan.
Right. I was also thinking of the same thing. Like, if I don't want them to ship my doll, I want to like pick it up when
Mhm.
I go to Tokyo.
Mhm.
But every time I decide, like, I fall. Don't get me wrong, all of their dolls are really, really nice. But
Mhm.
like every time I really like fall in love with a doll, by the time that I have enough money for them, like it's gone.
Oh yeah. No, I
I
can
think it was
understand that.
just like the Kizuna, was it
Mhm.
the original, the Kizuna? I was
Mhm.
like, oh, okay, so she's like a starting, maybe like Mirai, she will be always at the store and stuff.
Mhm.
And then I guess I got busy. I didn't see the Danny's post
Mhm.
about like stopping her production. I was like,
Mhm.
no.
Yeah,
And then
they
I fell in love with Entropy.
Oh, and the entropy. Oh.
Mm.
See, I
And
fell
then
in love with the prototype entropy, but the official release one I didn't like as much as the prototype, which I guess
oh,
I'm
I
one of
love
the
them both.
few.
I love them both though. So I was like, I was okay with anything. Even like the semi-real, I was so happy with that too. Say semi-real anime style, I
Mhm.
was really like she was really gorgeous for me.
Mhm.
And then
Mhm.
I fell in love also with I think Moment went first, sorry, and then Entropy.
Mhm.
But every time I have the money, uh, it was gone from the store.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, I can see
in
that.
my head, I should have just saved it for the next time I fall in love, so I have the money.
Mhm.
But when the money that I keep for those dolls, they end up going to my dolls' clothes.
Oh yeah, that's for sure. We in the doll community, everybody hearing your story can definitely relate. Like as you're waiting for a doll and you're saving up for a doll, there's always like a release of some kind of clothing or accessory in the meantime that kind of steals your money away. That's for sure.
Yeah.
That's that's for sure.
And like the recent Dolphin so right, the last doll that I got is like Ritsuka, which is the female master.
Mm-hmm.
The time that I got her, I don't know what came over me. I guess I just fell in love as my
Mm-hmm.
first vinyl.
Mm-hmm.
I immediately went to Mandarake
Mm-hmm.
and I bought like a lot,
A lot of outfits.
a lot of outfits. And now I have like enough for a year
Oh my gosh.
and not enough seasons to take pictures with.
Let me tell you,
So,
you have more patience than me because when I went to Mandarake, I went to like a couple of them. So I went to the Akiba one, I went to the Shibuya one, the uh
mm,
the um the one in Ikebukuro, I went to the one in Nakano, and all those ones that I've been to, like when you look at the clothing area, they always have them in those bins. They have them in the bins that you kind of like have to sort through.
right.
I didn't have the patience to go through all those bins. There were so many bins.
No, 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 no. I didn't get them from the store.
Oh, you didn't get them from the store. Okay.
No, all of them are online. I
Oh,
have
they were
no time
online.
to travel myself, so
Oh.
online is, and maybe because I'm in Japan, obviously, the shipping is a lot cheaper.
Mm-hmm.
Like all of the things that I buy, if I don't know if they have like a similar deal if you buy like abroad, but
Mm-hmm.
for me, if I spend like 10,000 yen,
Mm-hmm.
free shipping.
Yeah, I don't think abroad
And
gets
if I
free
get
shipping. Yeah,
okay,
we
so
don't
if
get free
if I like
shipping abroad.
if I get like two clothes, that's already free shipping. So
Oh, well, that's nice. Yeah, and I
yeah,
assume shipping it, like if you live in Japan, I assume that shipping it to your house is cheaper than, paying the train ride to go
right.
down to wherever the local mandarake is, or the mandarake store that has the item that you want. I should put it that way. Because I
Right. There are
remember
places,
traveling
but
by train, even though it's very convenient, after a while it did start to add up to go to different
true,
places.
true. Even like going to Namba, it's like it's still expensive, but um, it's still fun though going there because everything is there.
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't know if like if okay, so for people who are watching and stuff, if you go to Namba, they have their the of course Mandarake, which is very obvious. You have to go there.
Mm-hmm.
They also have in that maybe like a little bit more far, but you can walk it like maybe 5-10 minutes walk
Mm-hmm.
max. There's a store there called Jungle.
Oh yeah, yeah, jungle. Yeah, they have that in Akiba too.
Yeah, so they have BJD stuff, but I think
Mm-hmm.
right now they changed it to only online. So all their BJD stuff are actually at the back of the store, I think. But if you look at their online and then you show it to them, they
Mm-hmm.
will get it for you.
Oh, okay.
Like they have a website for it, and they have an English website,
Mm-hmm.
so you
Yeah,
don't
I
have
know they
a
have an
complete.
English website. I haven't tried it yet, actually, to be honest. But I know
Or
they
you can
have an
just go to
English
the
one.
regular. You
Mm-hmm.
can just go to the regular, and then Chrome will automatically translate it to English.
Mm-hmm.
So there's really no problem.
Well,
And then
I didn't spend much time there, but Nanba Town, that's kind of like not the whole of Nanba Town, but isn't there like an area in Nanba Town where it's pretty much all just anime stuff?
yeah,
Kind of like a street, like their version of Otome Road or something like that, right?
yeah, similar. Yeah,
Yeah.
when you get off of the number station and you just walk out, that's immediately the anime area.
Oh, okay. Because when I got out of
It's
Nanba
there.
Station, I had to walk maybe like 8 minutes to get to the Volk store. I want to say
Mm-hmm.
8 or 10 minutes to get to the Volk store, and I remember on my way there, I saw a lot of anime goods, but
The
I
start
didn't.
is
I
already
didn't
the
stop
station.
anywhere.
The start is already the station because immediately when you get out, there's already that crane,
Hmm.
the crane game building
Oh, that's
that's already
right.
there.
And and Nanba Station itself is kind of big.
It is,
It's not big like Shinjuku Station, but
but definitely no.
But it's definitely big, and they have like a large like underground area that has some restaurants and stuff too, don't they? Or am I thinking
They
of the wrong
do.
station?
No, they do. They do. They have something like an underground, but uh, as far as I can remember, I don't frequently go to the underground part, but they don't have anime stuff there. If
Hmm.
that's like your goal, but if you want like clothes and food and stuff, yeah, they have there for sure.
Yeah, because I only remember that because when I got out of the train, it let me off at the underground part, and then I had to go above ground, obviously, to get outside and stuff. But yeah,
Yeah,
I'm so unfortunate that when I was there, that the typhoon hit. I didn't really get to see much of Osaka when I was there, so I need to go back.
it was too bad because nearly if you've been to the boats in Namba,
Hmm.
really near there, like there's a cat cafe actually. There's a cap, not cat, sorry, like a maid cafe. When you
Hmm.
turn there, there's actually the resin store.
Oh,
Oh,
like the
you
Dolk
could have
store?
seen. Yeah, have you been there?
Oh, not that one. I've been to the Dolk store in Akiba though.
Oh, you could have seen like their displays there. I think they have more than Akiba.
Oh, really?
I would like to say it's a little bit more.
Hmm. Oh, that's
Yeah, and the
interesting.
staff there are very like the staff there are very fun on Twitter. Twitter X,
Yeah, I don't like the
they
fact
do
that they
their
changed the
store.
name.
They post their own videos there, but well, you can't like take pictures and things, but they do it for people who are at home and stuff.
Yeah, I remember that's a big rule of theirs. Is like you can't take pictures or film in their stores.
Right.
Yeah, it's not allowed.
Which is a bummer, but past experiences traumatize Japanese people.
Yeah, I know. But not even just past experience, even present. Like there's been a recent amount of foreigners that have been doing some bad stuff live streaming in Japan.
Right, right. I've
Yeah.
actually talked to some Japanese people like how they feel about it, but that's their only answer.
Yeah. Yeah, they're trying to be polite.
Right.
They don't like
Yeah,
it,
and
but
I guess it's I'm also like a foreigner asking them.
that yeah, I guess that's true. Yeah, like it's just unfortunate that some people go over there and take advantage of the Japanese hospitality that they have.
Right.
And it's just sad that people do that.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's just a waste.
Marie Velez, good night. Thank you for coming to the stream, Marie. Have a happy New Year's and
Night.
happy holidays. And Christina says shipping to Australia is super expensive. She's saying most are asking $75 to
Oh,
$100. That's a lot of money.
oh wow.
Yeah, that's a lot.
But is that like tax included and everything?
I don't know. Christina didn't specify, but that's still a lot, regardless. I mean, I
That
guess
is
at
true.
least for me living in the U.S., I'm lucky because we don't get high prices like that. Like at least I haven't. The highest I paid for shipping to get to my house is probably like $60 at most.
Mm-hmm.
I did have higher than that, but that was at like the height of the pandemic when like most shipping services weren't sending things, and I had to use like Yamato shipping instead of like regular shipping, and that cost me like over $100. But that doesn't really happen anymore now that regular shipping has resumed.
Yeah, yeah. I think though if don't like quote me on this, but I've seen like I follow this YouTuber who collect figures and she actually lives in Australia
Mm-hmm.
and that is I think that is quite the regular price.
Oof, that's rough.
Like shipping to Australia and I think New Zealand
Mm-hmm.
and there's one more country like Canada, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
These are all from like people I watch on YouTube, like collecting anime figures though. But right
Mm-hmm.
there, they have like big boxes and heavy too sometimes.
Right.
So they always tell that oh shipping was like this much, and then they were like surprised about it.
Mm-hmm.
I guess, but if that is like the basis of whatever you buy, I guess group order would be like the best, or maybe ask somebody to buy it and ship it. Maybe cheap. I don't know.
It might be. I really don't know. All I know is I made the mistake when I was in Japan. When I was going home, I bought too much stuff basically when I was in Japan. So then on my way
Oh.
home, I made two mistakes. So on my way home, I couldn't fit it all in my luggage. So I bought an extra luggage to fit more stuff. That was mistake number one, because adding an extra luggage to my flight home cost me an extra $150. Not only for the luggage, but just to put it on the plane, they charged me. And then, even though I bought an extra luggage, I still couldn't fit anything. So then I decided to ship some of my things home from the Japanese post office. And that cost
Yeah.
me another $100 to ship stuff home. So that was super expensive. So my next trip to Japan, my plan is that I am only going to buy a cheap pack of plain white t-shirts that you get like 12 t-shirts for like $5 or something like that, and
Right,
wear that
right.
my whole trip, and then throw it away and just keep one that I can wear to go home.
That is smart, though. That is smart.
So
That is
that
true.
this
That
way
is
it
true.
doesn't take up luggage space.
Right. Every space matters.
I know. It sounds stupid, but like I figure like throw away clothes that are really cheap. I will look like a bum though walking around Japan, in like these cheap like clothes, but it's something I could disposably use and then throw away so that I have a lot more luggage space to bring stuff home.
Fine. I think that will be fine. Here in Japan, they have this saying that there's a gaijin privilege,
Is it
foreigner privilege.
a
So,
foreigner privilege?
foreigner, like, I don't know, maybe it's a foreigner thing. So Japanese people are like, maybe that's their style or stuff. That's fine. That's fine.
Yeah, but I think
As
maybe
long
I'm
as you
gonna
don't
try
go to
that.
like fashionable
Mm-hmm.
cities,
Mm-hmm.
then that's a little bit awkward. But yeah, other than that, like Osaka and like I said, like Nara and stuff,
Yeah. At least
you can
that's
go there with shorts and like slippers, and that's fine.
At least that's what I'm thinking for now. That might
Right.
be a plan for me. But there's also another plan that I think I spent too much last time, that instead of buying more things the next time I go, I'm just going to kind of spend my money on more experiences, like doing things and seeing places. I think for the next time. I still buy doll stuff because that's like probably the best place to buy doll stuff, but I'll try to keep it low. Because last time I bought like 10 Gundam model kits, and those things took up a lot of space. So like that was definitely killing me with space buying those stupid kits, but I love them, so I bought them.
Yeah, I have been I think like before when you were talking about Gundam, I have been like looking up for Gundam like Freedom,
Mm-hmm.
because that's like the OG that I like really like. But all the things, all the Gundams I've seen are all like you have to build,
Mm-hmm.
and my trauma of building one with my scuffy hands were like, like, is there any like Gundam that is like already built?
Yeah, they do have something. It's called they call it fixed configuration. I think it's the name. And
Fixed configuration.
yeah, and they're Gundam, I guess you could say, figures instead of kits, and they're about like, I don't know how to do it in metric, but in American imperial system, I guess you could say, it's about 8 inches tall.
Mhm.
Um, like kind of like maybe like this big, maybe.
Right.
They're not like super big. They're about the same size as, like, I guess you would say, a high grade kit. But the figures don't get as big as, like, let's say master grade or anything like that. But if you're interested in
I'm looking
that, they
for
do
something
have
big.
those.
I wanted something big so it can fit with my other figures, anime figures here.
Mm.
That's gonna be so small compared to them.
Yeah, the little high grade figures, yeah, they're pretty small compared to like statues and other things like that. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
So
alright.
it was great to have you on, Luxaria, because
Thank you for having
you've
me.
been watching the stream and participating in chat like so much. It's so nice to have you on. and to be able to participate live. So thank you for coming on for the last stream of the year.
Thank you too. I mostly prefer like just lurking around, but I said like, oh, this is the last one. I might as well just say Merry Christmas and Happy New Year.
Yes, thank you. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year to you too. And I will see you in 2024.
See you.
Okay, thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Okay, so let's see. Where is turn this off? There we go. And for now, we're going to turn this off. So, for the time being, I don't think you're welcome, Lux. It was fun chatting with you. I really enjoyed it. And I will hold you to that. If I do make it to Osaka at some point and you're still there, we definitely need to hang out. But I doesn't look like I have anybody else in the Zoom chat, and we're getting a little long in the video today. So we are going to bring, if you're still there, Batman, I'm going to bring you back in real quick so that you can show that other side of the room for everybody to see. Let me see if I can get you in here. Let me see here. I doesn't look like I have anybody else in the Zoom chat. I'm echoing. I'm echoing today. So
It was me.
yeah, I know. I was echoing. So let me see. I will bring you back on. There we go. And let me adjust the video here so people don't have to see all the weird bars on the end.
Now, my whole house is definitely not as bad as your friend's house. I don't have a Batman, a anime bathroom. I am an adult, sort of.
I didn't say they have a Batman bathroom, but they have like some they have some anime stuff in their bathroom. Let's just put it that way. But that would be, I have to admit, that would be terrifying if I went into the bathroom and there was a statue of Batman in front of the toilet. I don't know if I could use that bathroom.
No, it's not that bad. Wait, can I turn my camera? Oh, I can't turn my camera. Okay. Now, I will say that I do have Batman vintage curtains.
Oh my goodness, look at that.
And, oh, hey, Google, turn on the living room light. So, I don't know if you can see way over there, there's also Batman curtains. So this is the top part and that's the bottom part.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
So I used to be assistant manager of GameStop, so I have a lot of giant posters from when I worked at GameStop.
Oh my god, you too? I was an assistant manager, but I did make it to key holder at GameStop. I was key holder for many years during my college life.
So I don't collect pops because those are poor man figures. People do gift me pops.
Come on now, we can't discriminate against people that do pops. Come on now, some people really like them.
I'm not saying that you're not allowed to. You're absolutely allowed to like them. I'm just saying that Miku takes all my money. So I think pretty much all of these were gifted to me.
Oh, okay.
Actually, yeah, I think all of these were gifted to me. I don't remember buying any of these. So this is where most of my Batman stuff is, but not all of it, and it just keeps getting piled in here.
Oh my god. Keith says when you activated your Google Home, it activated his.
Oh my god, dude, I have to be careful about when people are doing that when I'm watching YouTube videos because it'll do it. You can set it to only listen to your voice, but then when my friends come over, they can't turn stuff on and off.
Oh my goodness.
So anyway, what I wanted to show you was amongst all of this chaos in here was Dot Hack trading card game.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, Black Rose is my favorite. She's awesome. But nobody would play it with me. Um, but I've got layers. I've got layers.
Oh my gosh, more dot hack stuff.
Yeah, no, it's like behind here.
Mm-hmm.
Like I've got the graphic novels.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't even know I had Attack on Titan, but those are also the graphic, not graphic novels,
The light
the
novel?
light novels. Yeah. So most of this shelf is actually light novels.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Actually, I think some of that top shelf is also light novels. I don't know why I buy books because I don't reread them.
You know, it's funny is that I'm the same thing. I read them once and then I never read them again. I had a whole collection of manga, probably 3 shelves worth of what you got there, and
Yeah.
then I sold them all. I pretty much sold
I
them
haven't
all
even, I
except
haven't
for
even
one
read these ones.
series. I kept only one series. That's about it.
What series did you keep?
I don't know if anybody really knows about this series, but it was a series called Eyes. It was I double apostrophe S, and it meant for the 2 main characters, both their names started with I. So,
Oh, no, that's cool.
but it's an old manga from like I want to say late 90s into early 2000s. And there was like about 27 volumes, and that was it. And it was like a
Wow.
romantic comedy one, I guess you could describe it as.
I have so many things that they're piled in front of other things. This is so if you don't know what my favorite pony is, it's Rainbow Dash. One of my friends, amigurumi'd me a Rainbow Dash.
Wait, last Anime NYC, didn't you cosplay as Rainbow Dash?
Yes, I also cosplay as
Yeah,
Rainbow Dash.
that's right. I remember that.
This is a giant Rainbow Dash standee.
Oh, Keith, you have eyes too? Oh my god, I've never met another person that actually knew what eyes was. That's crazy. You and I are on the same wavelength, Keith. Oh my god.
Here's my Love Live girl. So Yohane from the second batch of Love Live girls is my favorite. So this
Oh,
is her shelf.
I
This
see.
is a combination shelf of my husband and mine. So Zoro is my favorite One Piece character, and
Mm-hmm.
Frankie is his one favorite One Piece character.
Mm-hmm.
So they're mixed together.
Mm-hmm.
I have both versions of the Rainbow Dash. I have the blue. Oh, that's glary. You can't see this. I have the blue one, and then I have the human one,
Mm-hmm.
and then more Batman.
Yeah, I see. I see the
And
Batman's
then
up there.
that's a hand-me-down geisha girl.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this room is crazy. Okay, so the room itself. How do I even get a picture of this whole room? So, so this is the game room. Before COVID, this is where we would have D&D and stuff. But since COVID,
Mm-hmm.
I don't like people in my house.
COVID definitely
But
changed things
it's
for people for sure.
yeah. So it's the giant high table
Mm-hmm.
for D&D that has that panel in the middle where you can make it bigger.
Oh, yeah.
But from here, you can see how big my Miku collection is because all of the squares that have lights in them are Miku, and they're color coordinated.
Oh my goodness. That's
Yeah.
awesome. See, I can't do something like that because my office that you guys see me filming
Nah.
in right now is so small. It's like literally maybe 2 telephone to 3 telephone booths big,
So
which
the
for younger
worst-
people, they have no idea what that means.
No, the worst part is I have a whole room upstairs that's my doll room and sewing room, and that's where the rest of my dolls that you don't see down here are.
Oh my goodness.
This is my K-pop shelf.
Uh-huh. And is that like
So
all like binders or those books?
so these are all they're called albums. So it's
Oh, they're
the
albums.
yeah, so it's the album, and the way albums work is there's different pictures in them,
Mm-hmm.
and then the CD is in the back.
Oh, nice.
And so every album release, there's usually like 3 or 4 different ones. So literally these 4 albums are the same music, but the pictures in it are different.
Oh, I see.
These
Yeah,
two
I get it.
albums are the same music, but pictures are different.
Yeah.
So if you were a crazy collector, you get all of them.
Yeah, for sure.
These
I get
four,
that.
see, when you put them together, it makes an image.
Mm-hmm.
But these 4 music CDs are the same CD.
They're the same CD. No, I
Yeah.
get that. See, you're called Batman Jackson, but sometimes I feel like we should call you like K-pop Jackson because you're a huge K-pop fan.
I am a huge K fan. So these are my brother, and my dad actually bought me these. So do you know who G Dragon is?
I don't know. No.
Okay, so Big Bang is called the Idol's Idol. So Big Bang is a K-pop group from like 1.5 second generation that they were so big that other idols wanted to become idols because of them. So they're called the Idol's Idols. Like
Oh wow.
BTS's the group that BTS looks up to is Big Bang. So Big Bang
Okay.
is my favorite K-pop group. So
Okay.
G Dragon, the leader of Big Bang, he has a clothing company, and he does collab with Nike. And every
Oh.
time he releases a pair of shoes, they sell out immediately. My brother for my and my dad, my last birthday, managed to find me a pair.
Ooh.
I don't know why, because I'm not going to wear them because they're exclusive.
Right, right, right. You need to display them at least. Put them in like a display case.
Right, so they're just on top of my K-pop show. These are two Adika doll bodies. They had nowhere else to put them, so they ended up on top of my K-pop show. I have a lot of Adika doll parts, which
Oh
reminds me,
yeah, look at that.
I need to buy the new arms that they just released.
Hmm. Wait, I thought Adika Dolls stopped, didn't they? Or are they still
No,
going?
so they stopped doing the Dolphy Dream parts and are only doing Smart Doll parts, or the other way
Oh.
around. I don't remember which way.
So they dropped one of them basically.
Yeah, and I think it was that they dropped Smart Doll because people were too nitpicky, or they dropped Dolphy Dream because they were too nitpicky. I can't remember. It's one way or the other.
Hmm.
And now they're working on their own colors. They're doing baby blue, a baby pink, and a lilac purple. And I'm hoping they do mint green because anybody who knows, I really like Monster High, and I've been waiting for that dang green drop. Danny.
Well, those are
'Cause I'm
all the
trying.
colors that you mentioned. Those are icon colors.
But I don't want to wipe the face off of a Dolphy Dream icon
No, yeah, that's true.
to
That's
make
true.
a Frankenstein.
Oh, so Keith verified they stopped the Smart Doll line.
Okay, thank you, Keith. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I really want to make a Frankenstein.
And
But I need
Luxaria
somebody
says
to
she
make.
has the arm.
Oh, you do have the arms? Are they nice? Because
That's what Lux says.
I need to do that. Yeah. So there's a lot. My favorite Pokemon is Squirtle. Here's some Squirtle stuff. My house is a mess. Mostly this room. I basically live in this room. I'm in this room all the time. My girlfriend made me this. It's really, really cool, but I have to get really close for you to understand how cool it
Oh,
is.
it's a custom art. Wait a minute. Is that
Yeah,
made out of those plastic thingies?
it is made out of those plastic dots.
Yeah, those dot things. I don't know what they're called, but yeah, oh, that's so
So,
cool.
see my hand. So you can imagine how long it took her to put each of these dang little dots to make this
Oh
picture
my
for me.
god, that is so cool. I was gonna say that's a nice custom like drawing, but that
Yeah.
it's like those little beads, that's so awesome.
Yeah. So this is the Hatsune Miku Hong Kong and Taiwan outfit,
Mm-hmm.
and this is my favorite offshoot outfit.
Mm-hmm.
And she asked me what my favorite outfit was real sneakily, and I was all like, I don't know why you're asking this, but sure. And then so Hanukkah, yesterday was the last day of Hanukkah, or yeah, yesterday now. So for Hanukkah, this was my day one Hanukkah gift.
Oh, dude, that's so cool. That's a really cool thing.
Yeah, yeah. No, when she gave it to me, I was like, holy heck, I can't even imagine how many hours she didn't even time it. It took weeks.
Oh, Luxaria says they tried doing one before and it took them so long to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can imagine that Luxaria. Like that looks like it takes a lot of time and effort for that. That's such a that like, as messy as you say it is, it's still cool to have a space like that to call your own. That's awesome. Yeah,
It is.
maybe one of these days I can give you guys a room tour of this small office slash studio that I have here and where I display my dolls. But right now, it's pretty much just as messy. Like literally right behind this chair is a whole bunch of doll stuff I have not opened yet that needs an unboxing video. So like, yeah, it's a huge mess down there. And then to my left on this side, or my left, is like my work stuff because I work from home some days. So that's a little messy, and I can't show any of that stuff because that's confidential. So if I do a room tour, I will have to reorganize a little bit.
This is real dark in that show. Whew.
What is this?
So this is, oh, he's big. Oh, let me pull him out. Oh, he's big.
Oh my
He's so
god.
big.
Is that Deadpool?
It's Deadpool.
Oh my god. Why is it so big?
There we go. He's massive, and he has interchangeable parts.
Oh my god, that thing is huge.
Yes, he is.
And without the mask, a little bit creepy.
Oh yeah, he has. His head comes off. His brain comes out.
Oh my gosh.
It's got a lot of parts.
That's really detailed.
Yeah. I don't even remember where I found him. Some weird place. So this is my husband's shelf, and he likes Deadpool.
Yeah, I can see that. There's a lot of Deadpool stuff there. That's
And,
cool.
Oh yeah. There's stuff way over here. I have so much stuff. Like, I just have so much stuff.
More
y'all.
pops.
Yeah. No, my husband does collect pops. He does collect pops. No, it's bad. It's bad. So look at this corner. Look at.
Oh my gosh.
So I would like to tell you that these boxes are empty, but there's some Miku figures in these boxes that I need to make more space for.
I use my Ami Ami boxes for like regifting.
Legos. Some Legos that are finished.
Oh my gosh. That's like me
Oh.
with Gundams. I have so many Gundam kits I have not finished yet.
No, this thing though. This thing though. This thing though.
Is that the Marvel Tower?
It is the dang
Avengers Tower, I mean.
Avengers Tower, yes.
Oh my gosh. That's huge. I saw that on
It's-
display at one of the Lego stores. Those things are big.
I don't even know where we're gonna put it when we put it together because it won't fit anywhere. I don't know what I was thinking.
Christina says I need a games room. No, this office is my games room. I play my games in this same office too. I don't get another games room.
I've got a helmet up there and a Batman figure and
The shield. The shield is cool. I like that.
the-
I like the shield.
Oh yeah, so there's my vintage curtains.
I was actually thinking of buying one of those shields because I really like the way it looks. I was going to put it in my office somewhere, but then I was
Yeah.
like, there's nowhere to hang it. Like, I'm like looking around my little office here and there's just literally nowhere to hang it.
So my kid, before he outgrew, my son is 17 now. So it was stuff that was in his room.
Mhm.
So like we had the light, the Hulk light.
Oh,
then
yeah,
the
yeah.
helmet, but then he's all like, I'm too cool for that because he's a teenager now.
Yeah.
So it just ended up downstairs with all the others.
Yeah, but you know what? When he gets older, he'll be like, I like it again because that's how it works.
What I'm hoping.
Because I would
That-
put that in. I would put that in my
Oh.
office too.
Beyond the grave. But it's One Piece. Of course, I got One Piece in the hallway. One Piece.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, you got a lot of really cool stuff.
Now, I will say that me and my husband do have a similar agreement that you and your wife do. So we're renting right now. He says
Uh-huh.
when we buy a house,
Right.
that he wants to have the main room be one of those like cute, fancy, like adult rooms. And I'm
Right.
like, but why would you want to be so boring? Why would you want to be so boring?
Well, see, our like main room is for like entertainment and family time, which is BS because we don't entertain anybody in our house and the family never comes over. So it's like, why can't I put my shit all over the room? But I can't.
Right. Right.
But you
Which
know,
is why that's actually how I got away with the main room
mhm.
being the game room, because if his friends are all coming, but that was the other thing. So it's his friends coming over to play D&D, not my friends. So if they were coming over to play D&D, then it made sense for all the gaming stuff to be, in here and for it to look
Yeah,
cool.
yeah, that does. It does, but you know, I don't know. The only place that I got that is outside of this office where I can put things is just the right outside this door. Like there's like a little hallway, and that's where all my dolls are displayed because it's the only place where there's no windows, so they don't get yellowed. And
Ah,
I got special permission, quote unquote, to put them there because I made it a point that I can't put them anywhere near windows, and that's the only place where there's no windows. So I won that argument.
that's fair.
But yeah, I
The
mean, maybe one of
star
these
on the
days.
shield bothers me because the top is not pointed up. Oh my god! I'm sorry, Lux.
But I think maybe one of these days I'll do a video. I'll do a small studio tour and where I display my dolls and stuff, maybe. But I'll have to
So
clean
that
up a little bit.
people can actually understand how small two phone booths are.
Yeah, so people can see exactly how small it is, because it is pretty small. But I gotta get rid of all the my work stuff, because those are confidential. I can leave the rest of the mess so you guys can see what it really looks like, but the confidential stuff I gotta move. And then maybe in 2024, sometime in 2024, I'll give you guys a room tour. Christine says my wife be thinking it might even get bigger. I mean, she won't. If it gets bigger, then I mean, I can't expand. So some of the girls are just gonna have to go back in their boxes. Right now, I have it to the point where all the girls are still displayed, but they're all squished together, like side by side. There's like no more room to fit anything. So, and you guys will see. I'll find a chance to like show you guys my own room tour at some point.
If I clean my room, I will post photos, because all of my dolls are displayed. I have like a 3-tier setup, and
Mm-hmm.
they're all displayed, so you can see them all. But to get in my room's like, it's a mess.
When you
It's
say
just a mess.
3-tier, are you saying like Datolf
So
shelves or something like that?
one whole side of the room, um, I have shelves where my fabric is.
Oh,
And
okay.
then on top of that, I have the resin doll boxes, because they
Mm-hmm.
come in like sliding boxes, kind of like
Yeah,
how
the old
uh,
Dolphy Dream stuff used to go.
yes, yeah.
Yeah.
So I have those tiered on top of each other, so it's a 3-tier setup. So they sit down in 3
Mm-hmm.
rows. Um, but since it's also my craft room, it is just a bomb scene in there. So maybe I'll clean it enough to take a picture and post it on Instagram. That's a hard maybe. It's a hard.
Well, we'll see. We'll keep an eye out for that. But I'll definitely, I'll try to do a room tour at some point in 2024 so you guys can see.
That's definitely one of my most asked questions. They're like, Batman, I always hear that you have so many dolls, or you're always like, I see that you have so many dolls. Like, where do you put them all? I'm like, they're in a place. No one sees this place but me, but they're in a, they're in a place.
Minus one, because I have one of your dolls still.
Oh, you do have one of my dolls, which is fine.
Yes.
You want to borrow someone else? I have so many dolls.
No. I'm gonna post the video over the holidays, for that
okay.
one. But yeah, I'll give her back to you back at Katsucon.
That's
Yeah.
fine.
But
That's
yeah,
fine.
I have the one which I haven't released the video yet. I'm saving it for the holiday weekend when I'm not streaming, so that you guys have something
That's
to
fair.
watch. But Keith says, my kids think I'm trying to create a museum of anime DVDs and Blu-rays. I used to be like that, Keith, and then I had to sell some of them, but I had such a huge collection, but not anymore. Oh my goodness. Well, thank you, Batman Jackson, for joining today's stream. Really enjoyed having you around, and it's super awesome for you to give us a room tour of your collection of figures and stuff. It was really cool. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
One of these days I have to get you on as a proper guest to talk about stuff.
I have so much knowledge. I just don't even know, unless you ask me, I don't even know what to talk about.
I know we have to set something up. It's just my schedule and your schedule hasn't really worked lately because of your con schedule.
I know.
So like I gotta find a time where you don't have a con and I don't have a con that we could we could set it up into a video.
So the only month I don't have cons is December, but that's because I work retail, so I'm at work all
But then
the
you're
time.
at work on retail. Yeah. I know. That's the only thing preventing our episode is that our schedules never really align. But we got to do one day because you are a wealth of knowledge for a lot of different things. So definitely want to get you on to do that. Oh, Sandrine, welcome. Welcome to the stream, Sandrine. So I'm going to let you go, and then we're going to do the last part of today's episode and then call it a night. So thanks, Batman Jackson, for coming. Bye. All right, so let me see. Let me change us back to the PowerPoint. There we go. Okay, so guys and gals and pretty much everybody, right? Basically, that is today's episode of Beyond the Doll, the last episode of 2023. Again, we did a recap of all the cool things in 2023 that happened, or at least I thought happened in 2023. And then we had open mic night. So we had a bunch of guests come on and talk about a lot of different things, which was really awesome. And, you know, it was a lot of fun. So we're definitely going to do open mic night again. Just don't know when we'll actually do it. We also going to do another episode of Husbandos and Waifus. I wanted it to be today's episode, but I've been so busy and I've been sick like crazy, so I didn't have a chance to plan with other people to do Husbandos and Waifus, but it will come probably, let's say, halfway through the year as like a mid-year thing. In 2024 we'll try and do that. But before we end tonight's stream, I do want to do my anime corner that I usually do with you guys. So let me just change pictures here for Shizu-san's anime corner. Let me see. Hold on one second. Sandrine says, I finally had the chance to be here. Thanks for staying up so late. It's 7:30 a.m. here. Oh, well, thank you for coming, Sandrine. We didn't plan on going this late, but I'm glad we did because you were able to be here live. So I do appreciate that. If you don't mind me asking, if it's 7:30 where you are, where are you at? If I had to guess, it had to be somewhere in Asia, maybe? If it's 7:30 in the morning? No, actually, well, because it's 1 here. Maybe Europe. Are you in Europe? Christina Kowal says, I live on my own 1-bedroom unit, so my smart doll my 3 smart dolls have a sofa, and I got a mini Dolphy Dream Girl, super cute, on my table. So me and my dog are on this. Hey, listen, it doesn't matter if you have a small place or if you have a small collection. All that matters is that you enjoy the hobby and you are loving it. Oh, you're in Belgium, Sandrine. Oh, awesome. Well, welcome from Belgium. You know, I hear that's a really cool place. That's another place on my bucket list. At some point, I gotta visit because I hear Belgium is cool. And I don't know if I don't know if it's actually Belgium or not, but I think it's in Belgium where they have the BMW factory, and I hear you can take tours and stuff of the factory. I would love to do that one day. That would be super cool. Christina says, don't worry, have a great break. I will. I definitely will. It's some much needed rest and family time. We're going to do some traveling, like a little bit, nothing too crazy. We're going to travel a little bit over the holiday break. But let me do my anime corner, and then I'll let you guys go. So this time on the anime corner, this show is relatively new. I wouldn't say it's brand new, but it's not something I wanted to watch at first because 1, it had a weird name. And 2, I wasn't sure if it was actually good because nobody I knew was talking about it, at least in my personal circle. Like, I don't know about it, like, anime community wise, but in my personal circle, nobody was like mentioning this show. And the only reason why I gave it a chance is because I was bored one day and I needed something in the background to play. So I put it on and I ended up kept watching it, and I really like it. So this show is called Dead Mount Death Play, and it's a really weird name. I have no idea what this name means, and I've watched almost every episode so far except for the last 2 that's been released, so I'm almost caught up, and I have no idea why it's called Dead Mount Death Play. It makes no sense to me. Like, maybe the death part or the dead or the death part, I guess, makes sense because it has to deal with like wizardry and necromancy and things like that. So I guess at that point, but I don't understand the mount part or the play part. So that part is beyond me. But basically what happens is you have this individual that is in a fantasy world, let's say, and they are this grand magician, let's say. I don't want to spoil too much, but they are like a wizard or a magician that does necromancy. And something happens where they end up in another world. And that other world is, instead, it's like a reverse isekai, because it's the fantasy world where the fantasy character goes into the real world. So now they're in modern day Japan, and obviously in modern day Japan, there's no magic or anything like that. And obviously technology is different than the fantasy world, because in fantasy world, it's usually in a medieval type setting. So it's this individual in modern day Japan, and, you know, there's all these weird things happening, and a lot of the things happening correlate to where this individual came from the fantasy land. And that's, in a nutshell, what the show is about, without giving away too much. It's not kid-friendly, unfortunately. So it's, I would say, teenager and up, but not little children. But it's a great show. Again, I didn't finish it. There's 22 episodes released so far, and I'm at episode 20. And I got to episode 20 in 2 days. Because I didn't mention this before, but I've been really sick for the past 2 days, like yesterday, Thursday, Wednesday, and Tuesday. I know I've been sick for quite some time, but I actually got better. As you guys notice, I'm not coughing anymore. But this new sickness, because I have a really bad immune system, I guess, I'm just like not good with it. It's actually not good. It's like, I don't know. My doctor says it has something to do with my pancreas. It might be pancreatitis. It might be appendicitis. They don't know yet. So I have to go back for more testing now. But basically I gotta watch what I eat right now. Because I can't keep it down. Like especially spicy food, which I love spicy food. If I eat it now, I throw up. Like, I can't keep it down for some reason. So I'm going back for more testing on Wednesday, and then probably during the holiday break as well. But hopefully it's not that serious. I'm hoping. But anyways, that's besides the point. That's neither here nor there. I watched this in 2 days because I had nothing to do but lie down. And it's a great show, and it really kept me like glued to the television this whole time. So if you have a chance to watch it and you're of teenage years or older, I recommend Dead Mount Death Play. If you're interested in the genre of magic and wizardry, you'll like this. If you like, but there are scenes where it could be pretty violent too. So if you're an individual that is not okay with like some violence, I know people are okay with, but like I'm talking like gory violence where it's a little bit graphic. If you're not okay with that, then I don't recommend this, because there are some scenes that go a little too far with the graphic violence. It's not like constant, but there are some scenes like that. But I wouldn't say it's a wholly serious show. It's like 50% serious and the other 50% is actually comedic. Like there's a lot of comedy in between like the seriousness. Which is actually quite funny. A lot of the comedic parts is just really, really funny. And sometimes you forget that the show can be serious. And then sometimes when it gets to the serious parts, you forget that there's comedy in it, because when it goes heavy in the comedy, it goes heavy. And when it goes heavy into the serious actiony stuff, it really goes heavy into that. But I think it's a good mix, and it's a really good show. And if you've been watching my streams and my anime corner for a while now, I would assume that you kind of have like an understanding of what my taste is, and I kind of bounce around to a lot of different things. So if you can judge it based off of that, which I guess is hard to do, but if you can judge off my anime taste through that, you might, and you like that stuff, you might like Dead Mount Death Play. Luxaria says, I thought Dead Mount means the mountain of corpses equal people will die in the anime, and Death Play means death is playing. I can't see it because like little heart emojis in the way for my chat thing, but playing with something involved. I guess that makes sense, because in the first episode, this is not a spoiler, so because it's in the first episode, you do see like mountains of like corpses, because the main character has a nickname that's related to that. So I guess that makes sense. And the death play, maybe because he's a necromancer, I guess. So I guess that does, if you put it like that in that kind of context, I guess that makes more sense. But for me, like I didn't easily put those two things together. So for me, I was like, what the hell does Dead Mount Death Play mean? This is such a random title. But I guess in that context, when you put it like that, then I guess that makes more sense. So thank you, Luxaria, for pointing that out, because I really didn't put two and two together with those two things. But yeah, if you're looking for a new show to watch and you don't mind something that's comedic yet serious, a little bit violent, but does have a lot of like magic and stuff in it, you're gonna like Dead Mount Death Play. And I don't really see it topping the charts anywhere on anime lists, at least last I checked. So it's one of those anime that could really like skirt under the radar if you didn't know it was there. So I thought that was like a good thing to share with you guys this time around, because it's not like a super popular and maybe not everybody has heard about it. And if you're like me and you weren't going to give it a chance anyways, and like I said, the only reason why I gave it a chance is because I just wanted to play something in the background that was in English dub, it's actually pretty damn good, and it's really caught my attention. So I'm really enjoying the show. I can't wait to watch the last two episodes of it, which I'll probably do tomorrow, to be honest. But yeah, it's great, and I recommend it. Dead Mount Death Play, watch it if you're into that kind of stuff that I just mentioned. So yeah, there's that. But that really wraps up today's episode. I'm fully done now. Today is a long episode. I didn't think it would be that long, but we just had so much fun like talking about stuff today. So it's not the longest episode I've ever done, but it's getting close to it. So thank you everybody for watching, and especially for those of you that came live stream and stayed like through the whole time. You guys are troopers, because this was a very long episode today, and I really do thank you guys for coming and enjoying your time. And for those of you that are watching on the VODs at a later date, if you have anything that you want to comment on or add to the conversation, put it down in the comments section down below so that everybody else can help contribute or answer any kind of questions and things like that. So thanks everybody for watching. I really enjoyed it. That's everything for me and my little Chitose here for 2023. I will see you guys in 2024. I will try my best to do the first week of January, but if not, depending on how my schedule is, it definitely will be the second week that we'll have our first episode. I think it's going to be best if I start the year with a news cycle. So the Doll Symposium will be the first episode I do of the new year. And that's really because we're missing almost 3 weeks of news. So there's a lot to catch up on. So we'll do that first. And then after that will be the first episode of Beyond the Doll for 2024. But like I said, thank you everybody for coming. I hope you enjoyed today's episode. It was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed talking to you, especially for those of you that participated in the open mic night and called in today. And a lot of the newcomers that called for the first time. So much fun talking to you guys. I really enjoyed it. I will try to learn Discord so that we can have a much better flow the next time to get you guys on the live stream. So I will try to learn how to work that and maybe create my own server. But I don't know. I'll try to see what I could do. I'm sure it's not hard. It's just I haven't had time to really devote to it. But I will try because I know a lot of people use Discord and I've been meaning to get on it for some time now. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, I think that's everything. So yeah, that's everything for today. Happy holidays to everybody out there. For those of you that celebrate, and for those of you that don't celebrate the holidays, Happy New Year. So I will see you guys in 2024. So thanks everybody for coming. Last thing, thank you everybody that was on the stream. For Luxaria, thank you Luxaria. Thank you Sandrine for coming. Thank you Christina Kowald. Thank you for, I know you guys left already, but thank you also for Keith. Thank you for Maria Velez. Let's see who else was here. Thank you, Patman Jackson. Thank you, PMB Sakura. Thank you, Magical Kit Kat Girl and Ben. Thank you, Tempest Strife, for coming also to the stream today. Thank you, Crypt, for coming. Who else was here? Did I miss anybody? Trying to check the list to see if I missed any names. I think that was everybody that at least was in chat for the live stream today. If I miss your name, I apologize. I'm trying to make sure I got everybody. I think that's it. I think that's all of you. Again, if I missed your name, I do apologize. I tried going through the whole list to see if I got everybody. But thank you everybody for coming to the live stream. And thank you everybody for coming and watching the VODs at a later date. See you guys in 2024. Bye.
What a feeling, now it's time for Christmas. And Christmas is my favorite time of year. It's beginning to look like all my wishes are coming true. That's why I cheer. I've been busy decking the halls. I've been kind to big and small. And now it's time to have a merry holiday. What a feeling when it's time for Christmas. Let's sing a carol and we'll bring it here. I guess that spring and summer, they're all fine. But I've been waiting for the season that's mine. So let it come, yeah, let it come. Snowflakes fall, I can hear the sleigh bells call. They're saying it's time to have a merry holiday. What a feeling, now it's time for Christmas. And Christmas is my favorite time of year. It's beginning to look like all my wishes are coming true. That's why I cheer. I've been busy decking the halls. I've been kind to big and small. And now it's time to have a merry holiday. What a feeling when it's time for Christmas. Let's sing a carol and we'll bring it here. Let's sing a carol and we'll